Yes, sir. We're officially back at it. This is Boog Nice coming at you with the Articulated Comic Book Podcast, episode 41. Got some of my regular crew here. I don't know who's going to be joining us tonight, but my man Internet is here, calling no crackers, and I am Boog Nice. And I don't even know if we got topics or what's going on.
Well, before we start, I just want to apologize to you guys right now if my voice sounds a little hoarse or whatever. I kind of blew out my voice singing in the car because the new Metallica album came out this week. And I have satellite radio, and they have a whole channel dedicated to Metallica. So they're playing these deep cuts that I haven't heard in forever. And you're not just gonna not scream at the top of your lungs when Trapped Under Ice comes on. Come on.
Yeah, I can't relate. Sorry.
Same.
I don't know how to live through this hell, you guys. That's all.
But this past week, I don't know what I got. I got this interesting Bandai Saint Seiya stand thing. It's like a Coliseum sort of diorama thing.
Oh.
I actually just shot a little review for it. I guess I'll put it up tomorrow. So I got that, and I feel like I got something else from the X-Men wave. I'm almost complete with my Juggernaut, finally. I'll have Rogue probably tomorrow to finish him off. So I guess I talked about Iceman already. So I don't know. I got something else, though. What was the other part that I got? Oh, I got Phoenix. Which should come with the body, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I got. Phoenix and Saint Seiya stage stand set thing.
That was the one that somebody linked in Plastic and Paint, right?
Probably, yeah, because my girl went ahead and bought it off of the link, basically, as a little gift for me. So that was cool. And I think that's it. I don't know that I bought anything else this week. Like, I had mad shit to do that was like just real life shit that I had to buy, but nothing really figure related, I don't think.
But how's the size on that stage thing?
Man, that shit's small as fuck.
Yeah, that's what I figured. It looked pretty small.
But I talk about some interesting things and some interesting possibilities in the review, but definitely way smaller than I expected. I thought it was going to be at least in scale with 6-inch stuff. Like, I knew it wasn't in scale for those actual figures because those figures are kind of big. But I thought at the very least it'll be in scale for 3/4 inch stuff, and no.
Well, it's funny because when somebody linked that, I think it was Darius was talking about how there's like two versions of it for like two different lines, and one of them's 3/4 inch and one of them's 112. But even the 112 is a little small.
Yeah, well, you could finesse it. It's interesting. It grew on me during the course of the review, and you can definitely finesse it in a few different ways. So
okay. Yeah, I was looking at that. Maybe give it a nice, darker paint job. It could be a good.
Definitely, you could weather it up a little bit, and add some other like dial parts that you may have, and it could be an interesting set, especially for like if you're shooting a video. I talked about that too. If you want to do something for your Tony entry, so it's possibilities. It's not the most terrible thing ever. If you catch it for even cheaper than it was on Amazon, then I'd say go for it. But I don't know if it's worth it for the $50. You could get a nice figure for that amount or two.
And that's it.
But yeah, I think that was it. I'm trying to look around and shit. My area is a mess right now. I was like rushing to clean up a little bit before we started, and everything I'm looking at right here looks like it's been here. So I don't know.
All right, I got kind of a short and sweet week. I wasn't really expecting to buy too much, but
I'm looking forward to that Black Panther though. I should have him this week, I guess, right after Thanksgiving or something like that. I saw Darius's review. I'm looking forward to that.
That thing looks nice. The sculpting detail on it is crazy.
Definitely, It's very, very detailed. It's very nice. I think they did a good job. I saw a funny comment on his video. Somebody had said, damn, what did they say? I don't want to misquote because it was so funny and dumb at the same time. But it said something to the effect of the Marvel Legends version was better, or people would shit on the Marvel. I don't know what they said. I got to look it up. But it was.
I'm gonna look for it right now. Actually,
I'll look it up right now.
It was really stupid, and even Darius had had responded and was like, I don't agree with that. He let him down easy and shit.
I'm loading the comments right now. Let's see.
It's like the Marvel Legends one is good for like $20, but I mean, it's an import versus limited articulation, and the import has better sculpt.
Seems like it's I think the Marvel Legends one has the one the kind of the big traps or whatever that you can't really put his arms all the way down to his side.
Exactly. It shit annoys me.
Looking.
The comment section.
Yeah, I'm in the comments. I just don't know which comment it is exactly. There's one guy that's saying it doesn't seem like it's worth the $120, more like a $70 figure.
Well, it's not $120. Well, I mean, it is, but it's not like, that's what happens when you didn't catch it as the web shop exclusive or catch it through Japan. It was still a $50 figure though. It's only $120 if you buying it domestically from from one of these other sites, which is unfortunate. But I don't know if you want to drop $120 on that figure. I assume that we will be getting quite a few Black Panther figures over the next couple of years. So
for sure, I'm just waiting for them to give us a modern one right now.
Here's one. This guy says. Let's see. Oh, here it is. So the guy says, "Good review. The figure looks good, no doubt, and better than the Legend one. Better than the Legends one, but considering price, claws, extra head, and stuff, I'd call the Legends Panther the winner."
Right. Yeah. No, sir.
It's like, we would love to have extra accessories with the SH Figure Arts one, but I mean, come on, man. You can't even put the arms all the way at dude's side. That's ridiculous.
And then Darius replies to that. He says, "I find it funny everyone's saying Legends is the winner for claws. It lacks the articulation and proportions, but you prefer claws? Simple mod does the trick, but that's your preference," he says.
Nah, I wouldn't. Well, I mean, yeah, you could mod, but the average collector, some 16-year-old kid's not about to be sculpted and modding his fucking import Black Panther if he's lucky for his parents to buy him a fucking import Black Panther.
Right.
Yeah.
Not happening. But the Legends version sucks because you can't get him into any vanilla poses, and even the clawed hands look awkward as fuck. It looks like he's having a hand cramp or something like that.
Yeah, carpal tunnel.
Right, it looks nuts. So even that's what I hated about the Legends version. I like the size of them, and considering that they kind of do some half-ass shit when it comes to their movie figures, it was a better quality figure than some of the other movie offerings. But you can't put the arms to the side. There were no interchangeable hands, right? Am I
right?
Right. You know, the clawed hands, right?
You only got the Chadwick Boseman head, basically.
Yeah, when I got that figure, man, and I finally got him out the package, I put the Build-A-Figure together, and I just put that figure away. I just was not really happy with that figure, man. It's not good, man. And
put it this way, if it wasn't Black Panther, no one would like it.
Yeah, I mean, they did a decent job on the sculpting and stuff, but even compared to the SHF, you can tell that the details on the SHF are just way more fine. Well, those tiny little intricacies in the suit are just way more detailed, particularly on the helmet.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't drop 120 on it, but I would definitely consider 70 not that bad.
Yeah, I think the only thing Darius said is that it doesn't have a bicep swivel, but it does have the butterfly joint on the shoulders, so it kind of makes up for that. Is that it for you, Boog?
Yeah, I'm good as far as things that I got. So yeah, what you get?
All right. Well, short and sweet week for me. I had some extra PayPal cash, so I didn't have the patience to wait for those new Predators, so I ended up buying them on eBay. It's a Predator Series 16, and it's the third Kenner-inspired wave. So we got the Ghost Predator, the glow-in-the-dark Stalker Predator, and the Spike-tail Predator. These are awesome. I know you guys don't really like Predators, but one thing to note is that these new Kenner ones actually have the new molds they're going to be using on the ultimate versions for City Hunter and Jungle Hunter. So it's like a sneak preview at that improved articulation, which is pretty cool. It really does make a difference. If you want like the most simple kind of classic looking Predator, the Ghost is a good one. It's got a really nice like pearlescent skin tone to it, and I mean the torso, diaphragm joint, bicep swivel, and double jointed elbows really add like a lot. In my opinion, as far as like getting him to hold his knife in kind of a threatening pose or holding it backwards or what have you. But my favorite has to be the spike tail predator, which I think is the one a lot of people are going to sleep on because it's super fucking weird looking. But if let me pull the bio here.
Is that the one that you took a photo
of? No, that's the one. I think Chris Adams took a photo of it yesterday, or really earlier today, because he's a late night guy like me. But my favorite thing about these counter predators is like just the detail they put into the bio for these. Like, you know, these are all based on like the 90s Kenner toy line where a glow in the dark feature is just, you know, a fucking action feature. It's just something to sell the figure. But here they go as far as to write a whole backstory for him and saying that, let's see, he lives in a world of complete darkness, and having developed unparalleled night vision technology, he has a translucent skin that's an environmental adaptation that allows the phosphorescent green blood to shine through, and the glow acts as a location signal in the absence of light. Like, just dumb shit like that it kind of puts it over the top for me, you know what I'm saying? So it gives it a good reason for why it does the dumb shit that it does. But the reason I say spike tail is going to be the sleeper is just because it looks so weird. But what the bio is basically telling you is that it's a time-traveling predator from the future. So it's almost like the Terminator predator in a way. So if you look at their photo shoot for it, they actually have him going up against some Terminator endoskeletons and stuff like that. So I don't know, it's a neat little thing. Like I said, the Ghost is probably going to be the most like normal looking. So if you want a pretty, you know, not exactly movie accurate, but more classic looking predator, the Ghost is definitely a good one, and you're going to get that extra articulation. And all three of them have removable masks, so that's another good thing. So that's what I was like expecting to pick up this week, but lo and behold, I think it was yesterday or the day before, I was on Twitter, and Randy was on vacation for a while, and he came back on Friday, and he was like, "Hey everyone, you know, anyone do any good hunting? See anything good on the shelves this weekend?" And somebody replies to that, and they'd found the 7-inch Bale Batman from Batman Begins and Arkham City Harley Quinn. And as soon as I saw that picture, I was out the door going to Toys R Us looking for it. And sure enough, within like an hour, maybe two of me knowing those figures existed, I had them in hand, which just makes me so happy. So it's pretty good, or both of them are pretty good. I'd say the Harley Quinn is, you know, it's not the most iconic look for Harley, but it's a good figure regardless. They're, you know, again, shrunk down versions of their 18-inch figures. Bale Batman is definitely one I'm happy to have. I got to complain about the eyes, though. The eyes are pretty fucked up, like, throughout the entire case. You got to, like, really look through a good stack of them to make sure you get a decent-looking pair of eyes. Not that they're, like, you know, cockeyed or anything like that, but they're just, I don't know. It's almost like the eye sculpt is sticking out a little bit much, so it makes his eyes look kind of, like, bulbous. It's hard to describe. You'll just see it in person, but even the Toys R Us employee that got it out of the bag for me looked like, or said that he looked like he had cracked out eyes. Just something to watch out for. But the whole figure is really good. The cape is hemmed on the side, so it actually has a little bit more weight to it, so it drapes a little more naturally. It does have single jointed elbows, not the double jointed like the 18-inch version, unfortunately. But that's how they did it with pretty much all the other ones. And then when was it? Yesterday, I went to Designer Con, which is here in Pasadena, and I got to meet the infamous A.C.B.A from the Sculptor Shelf, which is where everybody got that Logan head with the cigar that everybody has been using. I think Al Chang's got it. Henry's got it. You know, they've all done good pictures with it. So he sold those online, and unfortunately, I missed out on it. So as soon as I heard that he was going to have a booth there, I decided to, you know, pay the $10 just for a ticket for the day and, you know, go meet him, hopefully interview him. But unfortunately, he didn't want to be interviewed. However, I did get to pick up his painted head cast that he had there. So he had a regular Logan, just like, you know, the one he put up online. It's got the cigar and everything. And then he had an exclusive old man Logan.
Why didn't he want to be?
He's shy, man. He's I don't know. He just seemed like well, I mean, there's some stuff I told you, you know, in chats and stuff like that, as far as why he doesn't want his identity out there and all that. But overall, I think he's just kind of a shy dude. He's kind of embarrassed by it. He was totally fine, like conversing, and like if I was asking him questions that I would ask him in front of a camera, he was answering them totally fine. He's happy to share, but he just didn't want to be on camera, is what I think it is.
White guy, Asian guy?
He's Asian guy.
Asian, right?
I believe he's maybe Malaysian, something like that. You know, he's South Asian. He's not. I don't think he's Filipino, but he's South Asian. So I got the regular Logan. I got the old man Logan, which is the same sculpt with a heavier wash to bring out the wrinkles a little bit more. And he has gray hair. And then he had two different Doctor Strange painted sculpts. One of them was just a regular kind of a angry Strange, like he's got his mouth open. It looks like he's either speaking a spell or yelling.
Bring up a couple of pictures of those things, man.
Yeah, let me do that actually, because I did send a few good pictures to you.
Doesn't the
for this exact
have like this sort of glow in the dark feature where it's like if you put like a UV light on it, it has like his third eye or whatever?
Right. I was just gonna get to that. He let me screen share real quick. So that was, I wasn't 100% sold on the Strange head sculpt until I saw it had that feature, and then I was like, okay, I need to get this because it's pretty unique, I must say. This is the head without the glow in the dark. No, this is the glow in the dark head, but it doesn't have the light on it. But it has the whited out eyes. The regular head is, the same sculpt, but it has pupils on the eyes, basically. So if I'll scroll up a little bit, you get to see how it looks under the black light, and it's impressive.
That's sick.
Just wait for it to load. Still pixelated. Come on. Any moment. Well, you can kind of see it. He's got the glowing eye there. Man, I wish I had a better picture.
If anyone's wanting to see like a better view of it, you can always go to Instagram.com/Mayshelf or just Mayshelf's his Instagram account. I know he did a video of it.
Yeah, he did. What was I gonna say? He actually ran out of that head like pretty quick. He did very, very limited amounts of those, maybe like less than 10.
There of each head.
Well, that Strange head definitely like less than 10 because it sold out. By the second or third time I'd stop by his booth.
That's it.
Something like that. It was pretty limited, and I think the regular Strange probably closer to maybe 20 or something like that, maybe 25. I'm not sure exactly, but
and those were 55 each, right?
Yeah.
Painted versions of everything was 55, and then he had unpainted versions of everything for 15, right?
And then he had imperfect casts, which were $5, but either the peg holes weren't exactly right, or there might have been some glue or something stuck inside of it from him trying to modify it previously. Let me see if this is a better picture.
Interesting. So he probably made at least $700-800.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, dude, the guy was slaying. You have no idea. Even he was sharing a booth with another guy, and the other guy, Designer Con in general has a lot of like artsy vinyl toys, custom painted by people who kind of like work in the toy industry, but have like their own little side projects they want to put out there. So you can kind of see
bullshit we don't care about.
Exactly. So I was there for May stuff. You can see it better here on this picture, but you see that third eye and the glowing eyes really makes it stand out under black light.
Man, that is something incredible for a world tournament entry. You know what I'm saying? Like that is something that you could really, really show off in the A.C.B.A.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure we'll see somebody that'll finesse that in one of these rounds, man.
Mm-hmm. And then here's the head up close without the black light. It's a great sculpt. It really is. It's, obviously a little more realistic than the stuff we get from Hasbro.
Definitely.
The Wolverine.
It doesn't look exactly like, it doesn't look exactly like Stephen Strange, but at the same time, like for an exaggerated look, it's excellent.
Right. And then here's the old man Logan. So you can see it's got slightly heavier wash, so it brings out the wrinkles more. So I met up with Josh Chaney and Chris Espinoza, and Chris had an entire like shopping list for tons of people from like Shan Bowie, Greg, insert last name because it starts with a C and then a Z, and I don't know how to pronounce that.
That's my man G, Sajowski.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that. He had a whole like tally list of everybody, whoever wanted, either painted or unpainted, how many. It was crazy. I think Chris alone was probably the reason he sold out of everything. And I don't think Chris even got any for himself. He just picked up some 3A figures, but he was there doing the favor for the homies. So, good on him.
A nice selfless act from Chris Espinoza. We love it.
Here's the Wolverine head up close. This is painted by. This actually wasn't painted by May. It was painted by one of his friends that works with him.
That looks good.
Yeah, looks really good. Mm-hmm. The cigar is removable and everything. definitely worth the price. It is a little pricey, you know. I don't, you know, it's kind of hard to pay.
I mean,
well, it's basically the cost of 2 figures for just a head.
I always say that something like this, like custom work, you can't always put a price on it, and I don't normally. I never really like try to price gouge or bargain with a customizer, because if I go to somebody who customizes, I already think their work is good enough to pay for it. So, you know, I'm not gonna try to bargain with them about the price. I never do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I go to somebody who's selling their art, whatever price they come up with, that's what I pay. So.
Yeah, that's how I kind of justified it, or it's not unreasonable to me, because I feel like I'm helping out May. You know, he's doing this sort of as a side hustle, I guess you could say. So if supporting him in this means he can bring us even better and more stuff later on, then I'm happy supporting him. He said he wanted to have more stuff available. He basically just did that Wolverine head for Designer Con, you know, however many months ago. He put it up for sale online, but because the response was so good, he decided to put them up and have even more for sale there. So, and it's worth mentioning, we actually talked about him during the Articulated Icons live stream. He works with the guys who work at Articulated Icons, you know. So they all work at, I believe, at Gentle Giant. So these are the guys that already sculpt Marvel Legends. They're just, you know, he just wanted to, obviously you're never going to get this head sculpt from Hasbro because it has a cigar and, you know, Disney's involved, and that's a no-no. So, you know, this is basically straight from the horse's mouth is this level of sculpting and detail. So it's a good addendum to your collection for sure. I mean, I can't stop looking at it. I have him here in front of me, and he packed them super nice too, with some nice little containers, keep them nice and safe. It's all very well taken care of. So I'm happy with it. I got some, you know, some random stuff for my girl as well. So I didn't show up empty-handed or whatever when she comes over. You know, gotta think of the ladies as well.
Yeah, I think I had mentioned this in one of the last episodes, but I had asked him on Instagram if he'd do like a Peter Parker head at some point. He seemed like he was open to it. I mean, I'm sure many people have asked him a bunch of different questions, and I'm sure at some point some of the things that people have asked for, he probably wasn't really thinking about, and it's probably sparking a million different, you know, ideas in his mind. So
definitely,
I'm sure we'll see quite a few things.
I actually had a question that Greg sent me, and he wanted to know if he was ever going to do some female heads, and we talked about it. He's open to it, but the thing is, the material that he uses to cast these is a hard material. It'd be really difficult for him to do the soft hair material for a female. So he's saying he could probably do like a short hair female of some kind, and that would be easy. But, you know, adding a second molded piece and a different kind of casted material might be a little expensive for him. And then
so no Mary Jane basically
for us.
Yeah.
So no Mary Jane, but we could get what's this girl? Maria Hill or some shit like that.
That's what I suggested. Maria Hill.
Definitely.
Quake would be good too. Maybe based on
Quake, yeah, definitely.
Easy.
Yeah, anything like that. We already have the Shield Agent body. It could work. Yeah, that's about it from. Oh, one more thing. I mentioned it at the top, but I did get that new Metallica album. It's pretty solid. I don't know if you guys, well, Boog, definitely not you, but John, I don't know if you like Metallica.
That's racist.
I mean,
it's racist.
You said it. You said you didn't like it at the beginning.
I mean, as a part black man, no, I do not listen to Metallica. I have listened to them previously, though.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong.
It's called Hardwired to Self-Destruct. It's good. It's a double album. It's like fucking 80 minutes long. It's got some pretty solid tracks for any people in the chat who want my standout tracks. It's got to be Moth into Flame, Am I Savage, and Dream No More, which is a song about Cthulhu, which makes me so happy. You know, any song about Cthulhu is automatically getting a like from me, but the song itself is really good. Just solid riff work all throughout the album.
Do you mean Cthulhu, as in the H.P. Lovecraft creation?
Absolutely.
Okay, because you said Cthulhu, and I was like, nah.
Well, that's the way Metallica says it, because their original Cthulhu song was called "The Call of Cthulhu," spelled K-T-L-U or whatever, K-T-U-L-U. That was how they spelled it, you know, back then, and it kind of translated to this day. But this is like their third song about him. If I'm not mistaken, I think they actually do call him Cthulhu in this song, but I don't know. In reference to Metallica, it's always spelled with a K to me.
Yeah, fuck Metallica. What'd you get, John? What'd you get?
Why, are you still mad about the Napster thing, Boog? Did he ruin all your 90s downloading experiences?
Oh my goodness. That 90s shit. But I'm trying to think, what did I get? I got something. It was only one thing, though, and I can't even remember it, so it must not be important.
Well, there you have it.
I pass.
What else happened this past week? Anything happened in the world of cinema or anime? You know what?
Well, I wanted to ask you guys about this trailer. It is based on a comic book. It's technically, I guess you could say, a comic book movie, but it's an old sci-fi comic from like the 60s, and it's French. It's called Valerian and Laureline, but the movie itself is just called Valerian.
Yeah, I watched the trailer. I was not impressed. It seems very much so like
either, but I like the source material, so it's kind of a toss-up for me, you know.
It's like all good sci-fi. Like, I mean, it just looks like a mess, honestly. It's directed by the same guy that did Fifth Element, which is cool, but at the same time, that dude hasn't had a hit since Fifth Element, so that's kind of indicative of where I think the film is going to go. I know it has whatever his name is,
Dane DeHaan.
Dane DeHaan, and then the girl that played Enchantress, the model, I forgot her name too.
Cara Delevingne.
Yeah, Cara Delevingne. But I'm just not that impressed with it. It looks neat from a visual standpoint, but from a storytelling standpoint and just from the narrative that they were showing off in the trailer, does not look that interesting.
It did look like a pretty generic first trailer, but I'm gonna call myself cautiously optimistic, just because I mean I've seen a lot of the source material. It's about as like retro sci-fi as you can get, and the original Laureline and Valerian was the inspiration for Star Wars, so it kind of goes hand in hand, I guess.
Yeah.
For me, the trailer looked like, you know, like any of those teen novel adaptations, like Divergent or fucking Maze Runner, Hunger Games, all that bullcrap.
Yeah, all of that YA shit.
Right. It looked like that, or it looked like Ender's Game too, which
very much so like Ender's Game. Very much so.
You did? I didn't see that movie.
Oh, I did not watch it, but I've read the book, and I hated the book too. I'm very picky with my science fiction, particularly with my dystopian literature, but that was not interesting to me.
You know what? Divergent sucks to me. I hate that shit.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Hunger Games isn't even that good of a book, but I mean, the books are hella better than the film.
Yeah, I don't like the Hunger Games movies either.
And I didn't even like Harry Potter.
Well, I like Harry Potter.
Did you just gasp,
John? That's different. Yeah, dude, that's different. That is a little bit different. I watched Fantastic Beasts this weekend. I mean, it was not a great film in my opinion. There are a lot of people that love the film, and I just sort of walked out like, this is a meh. Like, this is a light 7 at best for me. But at the same time, it's like, it was nice to be in that world again, even though it's like not Hogwarts. It was in New York, so it was very.
What's the deal with that? It's supposed to be set before Harry Potter in the same universe, or they're not related at all?
Yes, before Harry Potter within the same universe.
Okay,
yes.
okay.
But it takes place like 70 years or something before.
I see.
And it's in America instead of England.
Gotcha.
Sonic Rockman is asking, what's Chris's Instagram? If you're talking about Chris Espinoza, that's /lab_creations.
So it was in America, and probably still not that many black people, huh?
Definitely. In fact, I think the only black person that I saw was the lady that's like the head of the Ministry of Magic or some shit. Like she's basically the Beyonce of the group. It's funny.
Oh, black.
and she just happens to be a light skinned. She just happens to be a light skinned black woman with blonde hair too.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Hollywood.
If you're dark skinned, you can't get work in Hollywood.
No, it's not happening.
Pancho would like us to know that he thinks the Hunger Games rules, but I don't know, Pancho. You might be alone on that one.
Yeah,
just kidding.
But you know what? I will say that the second one was better. I thought the first one was just awful.
Yo, Catching Fire, that was like easily their best one. Catching Fire, that was number 2. But anything after that, that was like number 3 part 1 and number 3 part 2, whatever they were called. I'm not a fan. Not a fan.
I think that if it was more gruesome visually, it might have been better. I don't know.
Well, that's why Battle Royale exists, as people in the chat are letting us know, which is basically what Hunger Games ripped off. I don't know if you've seen that book, but it's Japanese or Korean. I don't remember.
One of the two.
John, do you know? Is it Japanese?
It's one of the two. I'm not familiar.
Well, let's go ahead and call it Japanese because they make movies. So it's basically a Japanese like class of kind of like bad kids or whatever, and they're in this class, and their teacher. First of all, they all wake up in this classroom that's covered in like saran wrap. Sonic Rockman says it's Japanese. Thank you. So they wake up, they're all like blindfolded, and it's like 30 kids in a class of wearing your classic Japanese schoolboy and girl outfits. They wake up in this class that's like covered in saran wrap, and the teacher's like, all right, you guys are each gonna get a bag with a random weapon, and you got to basically just kill each other. The last person to survive wins. And one kid is like, oh no, fuck this, I'm out of here, this isn't true or whatever. And then the fucking teacher kills him on the spot, like in the classroom. It's pretty nuts. Excellent. It is. It's the gruesome factor you're definitely looking for in Hunger Games. Basically the same plot.
Subtitles?
Yeah, it's subtitled. I think it's on Netflix too, if I'm not mistaken. That's where I saw it a few years ago.
I'll check. I'll check and see if it's still on Netflix. But you just reminded me about something.
Like the
Pancho says the Hunger Games books are more gruesome than the films.
Why the fuck isn't Pancho saying this in person? Where is he?
Exactly. Get in the chat, fam.
He's probably in the stock room at GameStop right now, just fiending away at his phone, listening to this podcast.
But it's like, for me personally, like, it's not the gruesome stuff that needs to be like upped or whatever in the films. It was just like the acting, and then I'm supposed to believe that these characters actually like care for each other. Like, it wasn't believable to me, particularly the relationship between Katniss and her little sister. I was just like, this isn't. I don't buy this. I really don't. And then the whole PETA, and I just couldn't buy these.
The baker kid who decorates his hand like a cake.
I can't buy it. I can't buy it. And then they were trying to pull some Tom Cruise shit, trying to make this 5'5" kid look like he's fucking like 5'10" or some shit. I was like, you're not fooling anyone.
That's a good call. Yeah, that kid's fucking short.
He's a midget, dude.
Yeah, Pancho says he did get called into work. And I guess Battle Royale's banned in several countries. That's interesting.
They don't want to give anybody any ideas.
Not in these turbulent times, of course.
America, what's up?
No, I think we're heading more towards The Purge, another movie I've never seen but don't really care to.
I mean, you don't even that's the beauty of The Purge. You even need to watch the film to know what it's about.
I mean, I went to Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights. They basically like put you in the middle of a movie. That's all I need.
Mm.
Not as fancy as it sounds though. It's fun, but it's not like, not exactly like being in a movie.
Something to do.
Yeah. It's expensive. My God, it's not even that it's expensive, man, but if you ever go to Halloween Horror Nights or one of those parks, it is so worth it to get the the front of the line pass or whatever. Even if it's like, I think it's like close to 150, like the closer to get to Halloween. But if you do it earlier in the month, it's a little bit cheaper. But it's so much more worth it if you're going to do the front of the line pass, because I went with my girl this past Halloween, and man, and the lines and all that stuff are just such a downer, man. There's so many people there. Every single night at Halloween Horror Nights, they sell to capacity. So they sell out of tickets for the evening, and the maximum amount of people possible are always there. So no matter what, you're waiting at least like an hour to 90 minutes just to get into like a 3-minute scare maze. It's if you get the front of the line pass, it'd be a lot more worth it. But I don't know. I think I seriously fucked up not doing that this year, because we only got to do like 2 or 3 mazes. And, by the time we were done waiting in one line, we had like an hour left till the park closed. So it's like, what else can we wait in? Nothing. So that's my suggestion to you guys if you're ever down here or in Florida, I guess.
Florida's not in anybody's good graces right now.
Yeah, that place can go to hell too. I mean, it is hell, but it can go further into hell.
It really is like America's vestigial tail. Like, you could cut it off and you'd be fine,
Think of every single bad thing that has ever occurred in American history. It's probably happened in Florida.
That's why such great sites like Florida Man exist. Have you guys heard of Florida Man?
We can't discredit wonderful places like Miami Beach, though. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, I used to live out there, actually, in Miami, so I can. I can definitely discredit them.
Let me just always an asterisk.
Let me just read you a couple of headlines from the great Florida Man. Florida Man enters record books with world's largest collection of dinosaur feces. Florida Man gets DUI charge after allegedly tossing Four Loko can from window. Florida Man offers pickup truck in exchange for missing dog. Florida Man claiming to be Satan demands free Toyota from dealership. These are all different Florida men, but every single headline starts with Florida Man. So he's become like a superhero. The world's worst superhero.
Basically.
Florida Man hosts raccoon rescue in her home. Florida Man found a kilo of cocaine and decided to post it on Reddit.
Hey.
Florida Man shoots a person at random when drug dealer stands him up.
That's fucked up.
Florida Man moves to New York City to have a fresh start and leave the drama in Florida. Fails catastrophically.
Comes back to Florida.
Yeah, these are all real headlines. They all have they're all from the Orlando Sentinel or the Palm Beach Post. These are all real, man. This is crazy.
Yo, you know what I did? I peeped that's what I was gonna say. I peeped Ghost in the Shell for like the first time in like years completely through this
the movie.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever watched it totally through without subtitles or just maybe I only saw it in like bits. I don't know why I never saw the complete movie. I don't know where I was in 1995, but
what think?
It was cool. I liked it a lot. You know, I like that animation style where it's real crisp and sharp, and you know, it was obviously some very nice animation. You know, it was cool. I liked it. Now, you know, I watched it in anticipation of the movie, to see what they do when the movie comes out and see how different it is. I did see that video of the two side by side. Of the anime and the movie side by side, and how they looked very similar. But I don't know. We'll see. I thought the anime was good though. I thought it was entertaining.
I don't think I've ever actually seen the movie, but you know, back when I had cable, I would watch Adult Swim a lot, and I would watch the Standalone Complex anime. It's pretty good, man. It's I'd say it was pretty ahead of its time even back then, as far as, you know, the technical like engineering of the animation and all that stuff, and like blending the 3D animation with the 2D animation. My question is, how are they going to do the you know, the scorpion kill bots with the child voices in the movie?
Of course, I was wondering that exact thing. I don't think that they are. I think that that's the beauty of it. They've given up before they've even started.
Because I mean, it's kind of a big staple of the universe. So my question is, what child actor do you think would be a good voice for those robots?
Haley Joel Osment.
Haley Joel
never grew up.
The perma child voice.
Exactly. He never grew up.
That's actually not a bad call, actually.
I mean, didn't he do the voice of like Sora from Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah, he did.
He can
Kingdom Hearts games was there.
Too many, and they were cross-platform. Oh my god. I hate Kingdom Hearts so much. Just come out with one. Like, just come out with 3, and I'll be happy.
Yeah, I was heavy into Kingdom Hearts 1 when it first came out, when I had PS2. I never got to play anything past like the prologue of Kingdom Hearts 2, and I definitely haven't played any of the, you know, the weird spin-off games that somehow link the story together. I watched a 30-minute video that like explains how everything ties in, and it still makes no goddamn sense.
It's like Kingdom Hearts is really under Legend of Zelda shit right now, but Legend of Zelda is infinitely more complex because everyone was under the impression that it was like they're each individually different, you know, storylines, but really it's all connected. But yeah, Legend of Zelda would take me a solid hour and a half to explain.
I never tried Legend of Zelda at all, man. Honestly, I just was not a fan.
It's when you actually get to like break down all of the multiple timeline storyline things that are going in, like it's actually interesting, especially when you get into like the Twilight Princess stuff. It's interesting stuff, but it takes too fucking long to explain. Way too long.
Bro, we want to talk about alternate timelines. Can we talk about Westworld and maybe sell Boog on it?
Okay. Boog.
No.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you, this is the show to watch when Game of Thrones is gone. I'm telling you.
You know, I tried to watch the first episode and I ended up like kind of dozing off, and then I tried to go back and I don't know. I took my girl's word for it that it was just all over the place. She watched it while I was sleeping and watched it all the way through, and she was like, you know, it was kind of weird. It was all over the place, and maybe I just needed to give it two more episodes to really flesh out and come full circle. I guess I don't know, but
last week's episode was a payoff and a half.
Oh yeah, for sure.
How many episodes are they in right now? 6, 7?
I think 8 is tonight.
They're they're on 8 tonight. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How many black people on that show?
There's a few.
One of the main characters,
man.
So yeah,
two of the main characters. There's Bernard and also the new lady that walked.
Oh right, the board member lady.
That's how I'm gauging things from now on.
Right.
How many blacks you got?
I mean, it does take a couple episodes to pay off, and I'm lucky that I kind of waited till like I think episode 3 aired to really get into it, because the first episode is just to like set up the world, you know, the premise of the show. The second episode is the one that really introduces you to the characters that you'll be following throughout the show. But I mean, it's crazy. Let me just break it down for the people in the chat who have not heard of Westworld.
Please don't, man, because you start telling shit. You
no.
Spoilers. Shit.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
No spoilers. This is just the premise of the show. First of all, it's written by Michael Crichton. The original book that the show is based on is written by Michael Crichton, who's the guy that did Jurassic Park. Right. However, this predates Jurassic Park by 20 years. So the premise is that this is a very it's in the sort of vaguely near future, and it's this theme park where if you pay the exorbitant daily fee to be a guest there, you can basically
40,000.
Yeah, something like that. It's crazy. If you pay the exorbitant fee and you're in the park, and you can basically live out whatever like Western fantasy you've ever had. You can either choose to be a white hat, be like a bounty hunter, like a hero sort of character, and you could be a black hat where you can like rape and pillage and murder everyone that you want and all that stuff. And the rub of the show is that all the people that work in the park, all the people that operate it, all the characters that you meet within the park as a guest are called hosts, and they're basically androids. Like they're just there to fulfill the whim of the guests, whether that's raping them or killing them or pillaging, all that stuff. They also have like storylines that, if you talk to them, they might give you like something to do. So it's kind of like an RPG almost, where you like get quests or whatever. But each android has adventure. Yeah, they take you on adventures, and it's physically like you're there. You're in the cowboy outfit, and you can shoot the hosts and kill them, and they can't do anything to you. They're not like programmed to hurt the guests. They can like frighten you, and they can capture you and kind of like, get you into the world or whatever. Say you want to be like their prisoner or whatever. But for the most part, like the hosts are completely harmless to guests. But something changes in the first episode when Anthony Hopkins, who's like the creator of the park, installs a new.
I'm gonna stop you there. All right.
But that's what you basically miss in the first episode.
Basically, the premise of the show is that there are robots and there are humans, and the robots are continually within this loop of slavery, essentially. And the whole point of the show is that they will eventually become intelligent enough to escape that loop, to where they will then go head-to-head against humanity in a battle for who will control the Earth.
Oh, and one of the other main hosts is black. It's Maeve, who's like the madam of the prostitutes in the saloon. And she's low-key becoming the villain. It's really the best show on television right now. I don't watch Game of Thrones, but I would say that this has taken my top spot, even like beyond Walking Dead, which at this point I'm watching because I've been watching Walking Dead since it started. But as far as like a new property, this is absolutely nuts. And it's based on the book, but there was also a movie that came out in the 70s, directed by Michael Crichton.
Everyone's seen Westworld, the actual movie, whether you've seen the film or not. You at least know characters from it. I mean, there's okay. I won't get into it, but yes, please watch Westworld. It's great. Please, it's a fun show.
Oh man, and every I mean, at least the last reveal, it just kind of kicked the whole show into high gear. It's a very like slow burn sort of show, in the sense that like you really got to watch for the intricacies of like everybody's performance, because it's a really like acting heavy show. Like you really got to like be into the performances too and the characters. But you know, like you said, like all the hosts are on this like 24-hour narrative cycle. And so when something changes in that cycle, the entire rest of the park like adjusts to that. So like say a guest meets a host that another host is supposed to interact with later on. If the guest takes that first host, you know, off somewhere and they're no longer there to meet that second host, the second host can adapt and create another storyline based on like those new parameters. And they can improvise, they can do this. They have like personality traits, and all these things can be like altered digitally by the control room and all that stuff, which gets into some kind of hot water for some of these guys. It's truly like a captivating show. And I had no idea like what it was about at all. I hadn't heard of the original Westworld whatsoever. I'd seen like a couple billboards and I was like, okay, this looks interesting. I heard an interview with Jimmy Simpson, who plays you know, one of the guests, and he's also on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia as Boyle McPoyle. Fun fact. But
you'll call her.
So you know, I heard he was in the show and I was like, all right, yeah, I'll check it out. Ed Harris is in the show. Anthony Hopkins. One of Thor's brothers is in the show. You know, Chris Hemsworth's brother. I don't know the guy's name, but one of the Hemsworth brothers is in it.
And it's Thor's
Luke Hemsworth.
It gets heavy, man, and there's a lot of like philosophical, you know, arguments that they talk about in regards to how the robots think versus how the humans think.
Yeah,
you know,
Fabio, fuck this show. You're telling the whole show.
I'm not telling the whole show. This is all just, you know, the theory.
You are diving a little deep.
Fuck this
watch
shit.
It. Give it a try.
Just watch it, dude. Just watch it.
I will. What else is on TV that's good? Fuck Walking Dead. I'm not really even caring about Walking Dead. I'm just like,
no, me neither.
Negan didn't revitalize it for you?
Negan is fucking whack. He's
Here is Walking Dead. It's kill your darlings. You find characters that you get emotionally attached to, and you spend seasons with them, and then they die. That's what happens. So what's the point?
You know what? And I want Negan to die quickly, and I know it's going to take the whole season for him to die. So it's like I might as well just come back at the end and see how they kill him.
He probably won't even die this season. He'll probably die next season. Like they're gonna drag out Jeffrey Dean Morgan as long as they can, because they know that he is a type of guy that can sell that. But yeah, I'm not interested. Not interested at all.
I mean, I like his performance as Negan, but it's so over the top sometimes. It's pretty funny. Like he always does that. You know, he has the bat on his shoulder and he'll do this like weird like knee pop where he like kind of like droops down as he's delivering his lines. And it doesn't matter what the fuck he's talking about. Like, you know, Rick will bring him like a fucking this doesn't actually happen, but for example, Rick will bring him like a bowl of mac and cheese and he's like, "Oh my goodness, mac and cheese. How did you know? That is my favorite." Oh, Rick.
He's on some Aunt Jemima shit. Jesus Christ.
Actually pretty
right.
He's on some mammy shit.
But yeah, it's and you know what it is. I actually dropped off in a comic. I guess right before Negan appeared, I had stopped reading the comic, but I do know that his persona in the comic book is like, you know, he curses a lot, and the fact that they can't really do that in the show, I think takes away a little bit from the character. But I don't know. I'm just not really into him I'm not into him as like, yo, this is the apocalypse. Like, you know, like at this point, everybody's at their like wits end and like whatever. Like, I wouldn't put up with his shit. They would just have to kill me. I wouldn't just be like,
for real though.
Like, I'd be dead instantly. I'd be like, fuck you. Like, go ahead, kill me. Like,
take the fucking bat to my skull, please.
Right.
Like,
I mean, think about it. He's got so many guys. They keep making such a point about like how he has numbers and all this stuff, but all those numbers could like so easily turn on him. It's maddening to me that they wouldn't. You know what I'm saying?
And it's like the same cycle of psychological warfare that he's doing on each one of these people to get them to do his bidding. But it's like, yo, somebody, well, I mean, obviously, I guess it'll be Rick at the end that'll break free of that shit. But still, it's just like, this shit is nuts. Like, I wouldn't put up with that shit. I'm sorry. I'd be dead first episode.
And honestly, it's like the thing with Walking Dead that sort of pisses me off is that they do have a quota on black people. They absolutely have a quota. Well, we have T-Dog over here, but we just introduced a new black character, so we're gonna have to take one of them.
Well, yeah, I mean, who knows how long Father Gabriel's going to last now that we have King Ezekiel.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, Jesus.
That's
that man is dead this season.
27, my 2017 slogan. How many blacks you got? Fucking with you.
That'd be a great question.
The way in which you're saying it, that might be a Trump thing. How many blacks do you have? How many blacks are we talking?
We have the best blacks. There were no better blacks.
Oh, look at my African American. Look at him. Points at Ben Carson.
Best African American you've ever seen. Fucking nuts.
But what else happened?
I don't. This week was like kind of slow. We got Thanksgiving coming up.
Emiya Clarke joins the Han Solo film as an untitled character. So that's
who's
cool,
that?
I guess. Emiya Clarke. She's the girl that plays Daenerys Targaryen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not good with actors and actresses' names. I need a visual.
Oh, I got you.
She's the new Sarah Connor, the new movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we don't bring up that movie.
Is
she British or Australian or something?
Yeah, all the good.
She's British. I thought.
British. They doing all the accents. They got it all. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
They do them all. They do a Brooklyn accent.
For real.
Doesn't matter.
We got some people talking about Negan. I guess he's still alive in the books. He hasn't died yet.
Really? Yeah.
Oh man. So then
he's never going to die.
I've seen the latest action figure from like the comic series that's been out on shelves, and it's him, still with the bat, but he's in like a blue like prisoner jumpsuit with like a thick beard and long hair now.
Really?
Yeah. Because they locked his ass up. They were like, "Yo, he's too dangerous to kill, I guess."
What the fuck?
Killed his ass first season. First book, he'd have been dead.
Dude, right?
100%.
That was actually the writers speaking.
Wow.
Too dangerous to kill. As in, it'd be dangerous to lose him and his fan base if we kill him.
Exactly. Fuck Kirkman, man. Robert Kirkman or whatever. I don't like him anymore.
Didn't he do Invincible too?
Yeah, I enjoyed that, but for Walking Dead, I don't mess with him anymore.
Michael Wiseman
still got him too jaded.
It's an Invincible fan and shit, apparently.
Yeah.
It's a great series, honestly. It really is. It's Superman done right.
I think I will. I think I'll go back on Read Comics Online or some shit and see if they got that up there. Check it out.
Great series. I mean, it's such a shame that like titles from like Image and stuff never get as much recognition as they deserve. Like in so many people's eyes, like Spawn is still like the face of Image when that couldn't be further from the truth. Because it's like you have Saga, you have, Reborn just came out like this year, so that's like my favorite new series right now. That's written by Mark Millar and from Greg Capullo, who's famous for the Batman run, the New 52 Batman run. But it's a great series if anyone's trying to pick up a new comic.
Yeah, you know what we need? We need a freaking what's Juggernaut's guy's name? Black Tom, Black Adam. What's his name?
Oh, Black Tom Cassidy.
Cassidy. Yeah. Why I say Black Adam? But yeah, that's what we need. I'm looking at this Juggernaut figure. I really like this figure, man.
Yeah, it's a good one. You're gonna keep that head, or you're gonna get a different cast?
Yeah. I'm gonna try a couple of different things with the head, but I like to keep one figure completely stock, and then if I get a second, then I'll do some mods or whatever. So, but yeah, I like this guy, man. I like him. But yeah, we definitely need a Black Tom figure to go along with our Juggernaut bitch.
This is I'm pretty much the same way. I like to keep most of my legends, pretty much stock, just because I feel like if I modify one, I'd have to go back and modify like a ton of them just to kind of make them more uniform. Yeah, maybe that's an OCD thing. But the first one I really modded is this new Wolverine. Like I immediately wanted to get some more expressive heads for it. That's why I got the May Shelf head and all that stuff.
Well, who's that doing the screaming head?
I don't know, but I have that picture here. I was just about to pull it up. Actually, I was going to ask.
Are you talking about the masked one, the mask screening one?
The mask screaming one, yeah. I
don't know who's doing it officially, but I know that Dave Castle had one.
Dave Castle has the Toy Biz Tiger Stripe Wolverine because that's the one I got, and we have that on the web shop.
Oh, okay.
But I wanted that head because he grits his teeth just a little bit, and I actually took the regular Wolverine head that comes on that brown Wolverine, and I put that on the the first appearance Daredevil so I can make D-Man, because he's got more of, a kind of a stock face, like a not really expressive, just kind of like flat face. I figured that if I wanted Wolverine, I wanted him to have a more like angry, expressive face, and the other one would go better on D-Man.
Definitely.
Let me try to find this Wolverine. Here we go. Screen share. This one right here.
Enhance.
Yeah. That's right. The guys out in the Philippines or whatnot got this first because the guy is, I guess, Filipino that did that one. So I'm pretty sure that head, he was trying to get to Dave Castle so he can get him to us on this side, basically. So he can cast it on for us on this side or some shit. I don't know. There was some connection between Dave and the guy who does that.
Okay.
That head, if I'm not mistaken.
If we can get that on the web shot, that would be great.
Yeah,
definitely. That would definitely go.
I am still like super impressed with this Mayshelf head, though. It's seriously, like, he did a fantastic job with it. It's
I mean, when you're looking at it unpainted, you're fucking away by So if somebody brings it to life through their paintwork, then it's just like, wow, this is crazy. So definitely, it makes you really, really love that buck even more.
Right.
At some point, we'll definitely get him in the blue and yellow and the tiger stripe uniform on that buck. It's coming. So I don't want any customizers shit. Keep your
for real.
Yeah.
For real.
No, we're gonna get it. You think we'll get that in a single release, or that's gonna be part of a box set?
Actually, you know what I got this?
I think that what they're gonna do is Go for it, Boog.
No. One thing that I forgot, I had an extra NECA shredder set from New York Comic Con, and I sold it. Well, I sold it to my man Shan out in Australia, but he just wanted to army build some more of his foot soldiers, and he said, and he let me keep the shredder basically. So,
nice.
So I opened it and kept the shredder because I do have the turtles, and it's pretty cool. I like it. That's what I got.
So you don't have any foot soldiers?
Nope. Hold on.
Oh yeah, there were two things that happened that we should probably talk about. One, Young Justice got renewed. They got a season 3.
Yeah.
And then oh god, what was the other one? Oh yeah, the Inhumans movie got canceled, but the Inhumans television show is now being in development.
Right.
Like, it's in development on ABC, so we should probably talk about that.
Yeah, let me just address a couple questions here. Whisperers might be coming in the TV show pretty soon. Cardinal Kid says that Rick made Negan a prisoner to show him that there can be a better world that he built than what he built with the Saviors.
Oh, that's what they did in the books. They made Negan a prisoner. Get the fuck out of here! All of that.
Exactly. Kill him. Kill him. There is no FMK.
And the Taskmaster says that the Rick in the comics is not the season 5 through 6 Savage Rick at this point. He at this point he decided that killing Negan would mean that they're as bad as he is. But that's some contrived shit, honestly.
Good.
If this were a real fucking situation and somebody's too dangerous to keep around, you fucking kill him.
This is literally the end of the world. There is no you can't be done.
Them to hurt a little bit. If you're gonna be the last human, make sure you keep the last good humans, no dicks.
Right.
Like didn't they learn from Dale dying in like season 2 or some shit?
Yeah, the nice guys always
learn. Nice guys always fucking die. If it's the apocalypse, I'm eating your food, fam. Sorry.
Yeah. Didn't he have Shane in his scopes at one point, and then fucking Shane ends up killing him?
Exactly.
I
don't think that you can protect him.
Come here, let me ask you something.
Boy, even though he's not my boy, he's my boy. Such a strange.
Right, so let's talk about Boog. While you stepped away, Young Justice is getting a season 3.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. I'm excited for that, man. Young Justice is definitely one of the best cartoons that we've had on the American side and forever.
Mm-hmm. And I think I was in high school when that first came out, and I dug the hell out of it. I was there every Saturday morning watching the new episodes. Well, my question is, do you think they're going to pick up where it left off with that same team, or do you think they're going to kind of do another time skip like they did for season 2?
You remember how season 2 ended, where they like left it with that cliffhanger for Apocalypse and stuff,
right?
Darkseid,
right?
So they have to pick up with that same team.
As far as for that time skip though, they could do something as far as flashbacks there to kind of fill in the gaps. Because I think they only did that time skip because they knew they were getting canceled, so they were just like, "Listen."
I'd be totally fine with them picking up where they left off. I thought it was going in a great direction. I mean, I'm fine.
I don't want them to like skip too far ahead because they were like already like Nightwing was basically like what 16, 17 running the team.
Yeah.
I don't want them to be any older than that. Honestly, I want this to be the young adult Justice League. I don't want Justice League.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man.
I want Justice League. I'll watch Justice League.
I think it might be coming Netflix, which is great because that means we'll get it all at once.
Yep.
Yeah.
They know that. They know that's a proven way for them to drop shit. It's a proven platform for people to see shit and for them to really check the numbers and stats and whatever. So I can see it doing really, really well, and then maybe we'll get before.
It's like if Voltron and Legendary Defender or whatever it's titled is able to be successful on Netflix. I'm pretty sure Young Justice would do just fine.
But the hair's back on.
Yeah, Kal-El wants to know, or he says that he hopes they pick up where they left off too. Yeah, I mean that's probably the natural thing to do. I would like.
I'm hoping.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just a little sour just because I watched it live and season 1 ended and then season 2 started and I was like, whoa, what the fuck happened? Like we got like so attached to this first team and all of a sudden Red Arrow's gone or what's his face? Wally West is gone. Fucking Artemis is gone. They have a baby now. Like a lot of shit happened that I felt like could have been a little more, expanded upon. But if they do it in flashbacks, I'm cool with that. If maybe there's some like secret shit that happened in that time skip. As far as like Apocalypse and all that stuff, though, it seems to me like that'd be more of a Justice League thing to handle. So I'm curious to see how like. I don't know if it'll be like the Young Justice team specifically taking on Darkseid. I think they'll probably continue with the whole like secret mission thing while the Justice League is dealing with the big threat.
I mean, they might actually.
It'll involve both.
Maybe they'll build up to that. Maybe that'll be like the end of season 3 is they'll get into some bigger things and they'll have to get with the Justice League or whatever. Like I said, I think that would be a good payoff. I mean, it should be primarily, obviously, the younger cats getting it in, but they might build up to that. I wouldn't be too mad at that.
You want to see some kids getting it in, Boog?
Oh, you really? Come on, son. Come on.
Please no.
Really? Now I know we are living in a Trump America.
It's no good diddling kids.
Oh my God, this is Trump America though.
Sorry, turn off your dildo. What are you doing?
That's not me. That's John.
What the heck, Bob? No, that's not me. It's someone else. Hey, Pharaoh, what's up?
Oh, it's
That's
Pharaoh.
Pharaoh just popped in. What's up, y'all? This is Pharaoh Black.
As always.
Call me Pharaoh White.
I don't think I want to try that. So Pharaoh, we're talking about Young Justice season 3. What do you think?
What do you mean? What I think? How do I think anything? No one's seen it.
Well, it's coming out, but do you have any expectations, hopes? I don't know.
Nah, man. I like Young Justice was dope. I'm pretty sure it's going to be just as dope when they bring out the new season. That's pretty much all I got.
Speaking of what you got, you want to go through your haul real quick?
I got another Gundam Lupus, Barbados Lupus. I got that weak ass Batman NECA release.
You got the Bale?
Yeah, I got the Bale and the Harley. I'm not too happy with either one of them, actually.
I'm more happy with Harley, strangely enough, but that Batman's still solid. What do you hate?
Harley sucks. But
elaborate.
Elaborate. It sucks. That's you can't get more elaborate than that. Just it's ass. But I mean, whatever. What else did I get? I got that fucking Darth. How do you say his name? Revan. Whatever.
That's from Knights of the Old Republic, right?
I don't know. I just like the way he looks, so I bought it.
Time out. That figure is it's a Black Series figure, right?
Yeah.
And wait, that's the new wave? I thought that was coming out like later. I don't know. So wait, is that the wave that's got the OT snow troopers?
You know what? I don't know.
I gotta look this up because I think Darth Revan is from.
It has I don't know. It has Obi-Wan in it. It has Leia, and it has some about one of those was it Mandalorian chicks?
Sabine is in that wave, dude.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he is from Knights of the Old Republic.
But
oh my gosh, I thought that was coming later.
I got the Mezco cap. What's it like?
Modern?
Another Sentinel Mega Man.
You got the modern cap though?
Yeah.
Nice. What do you think?
Actually I don't know. I haven't I got it in yesterday. I had a late mail delivery and I haven't actually been home yet.
Oh.
I've been out all night and pretty much all day now. So I'm a little tired. But let's see, what else did I get? I got some other shit in too, man. I finally fucked around and got a Carl Mordo.
Nice.
I finally went to go see Doctor Strange.
We can probably talk about that at this point. It's been 2 weeks.
And
yo, did you try swapping the head and hands off of Mordo and putting it on one of the suited bodies? I guess the neck will still be white though, huh?
I didn't. Yeah, the neck would still be white, but nah, I didn't, man. I didn't even I was going to set up a shot with them or whatever, but I just didn't even get around to it.
I was all of y'all saw Doctor Strange? I guess you just said you saw it.
You still ain't went to go see that?
Nope.
Oh wow.
No, that shit was actually a whole lot better than I thought it was gonna be, man. That movie was actually pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I keep hearing. What's the copy on Plex look like?
I don't know. I went to go see it in 3D. I mean, the 3D. Certain parts of the 3D is really dope, but then other parts, I mean, it's just I don't think they actually filmed those movies in 3D, so it's not like you ever seen the movie Drive Angry?
With Nicolas Cage.
Drive Angry, they filmed that in 3D, so the 3D was like really elaborate, man. It's like it was just like everything was coming out the screen and
so you said you was getting startled and you was jumping in the movie theater like a bitch.
Nah, I wasn't. It was more shit like he'd flip the coin and the coin would come out the screen and shit. Shit like that. That's probably why you haven't seen a 3D movie in a minute, huh?
Pharaoh was holding on to the girl and shit.
Hey, Peppy hit you. Calm down, Boog. It looks so real.
Stupid.
But yeah, I don't know. I think that might have been oh no. I got some Gundam supplies, some markers and some other shit. But yeah, besides that I didn't get nothing else.
You really think
you're really on that Gunpla shit right now?
Yeah, he thinks he's Japanese all of a sudden.
Yeah, even the chat is questioning him. Do you even watch any Gundam shows as Sonic Rockman?
Nobody got the fuck. Whoever asked me if I watch Gundam shows, who the fuck cares what the fuck I do? I'm just telling you what I got. Like, what fuck
you're watching
even watch it? Motherfucker, half the people who collect Marvel Legends don't even read comics at all. Like shit.
For real though, I'm looking at
so people look up and just gonna ask me, do I watch Gundam? I own Gundam,
exactly.
bitch.
But you're watching Iron Blooded Orphans though?
Iron Blooded Orphans, man. I like Iron Blooded Orphans. I didn't, you know what? Like Mobile Strike and shit like that. I never even wanted to go and watch that type of shit. You know what I mean? I mean some of the robots are okay or whatever, but it really didn't.
That's like my favorite. Just the original RX-78 with Amuro and I forgot what his homeboy's name was.
You know what? Oh, you know what? While I'm sitting here, I did manage to get the Roy Fokker kit. I think it's a kit. Maybe it's a toy. I don't know. but it was one that Darius had, and I wanted it, and he pointed me to the direction of it, and I ended up getting that.
Sig Xeon.
I mean, you guys know who
fans out
is, right?
See, those are kits, right? Not figures.
And some of them, they have both actually.
Oh, okay.
You got to really, you know what I'm saying? Now, the whole thing with Revoltech or Macross is Japanese, like the thing.
Yeah.
Who's vacuuming?
It's Revoltech to me. So, and I don't know. Darius had one, and I wasn't sure if it was a kid or not. Because I asked him, he neglected to actually answer the question. He seemed pretty excited for me to buy one. So that's which way the conversation went.
And it's been a minute since I've seen Robotech, though.
What was the other show you were talking about, John? Oh, the Inhumans show.
Oh yeah, that's going to be coming to TV, and basically the film got canceled.
Yeah, but what's interesting is that they're going to be releasing, I think, the first 2 episodes in IMAX.
Yeah, and that's kind of
like they did with Game of Thrones.
That, makes people think, oh, this show could be good, even though it's on ABC. It looks really good, and it has a decent cast. And then as soon as episode 3 hits, but it just conformed to what ABC's been putting out.
Well, at least we know that the royal family is going to be in it, which is what a lot of people were concerned about when they were introducing Inhumans at all.
I'm pissed. I'm actually really annoyed with it. Would you put X-Men, like the main X-Men team, on television? Would you do that?
No, but Inhumans isn't the main X-Men team.
Yeah, but Inhumans are basically on that tip right now. They are basically taking place. They're taking the X-Men's place.
The original.
So they are important. I mean, Black Bolt is kind of one of the strongest Marvel characters of all time, so it's kind of a disservice, and I'm more so upset because I like seeing the interaction between Black Bolt, a man who does not speak but has the power to bring a world to his knees if he wishes, and contrasting that with like Thanos, for instance. Like that's something that we're not going to get in the films, and I'm sad. I'm kind of annoyed.
You don't think they'll tie it into the Infinity War?
Fuck no, they won't. They won't. No.
Yeah,
when it's on TV and
about
stuff,
the tie-ins these days.
Like I said, Daredevil is like that's the litmus test. If they put Daredevil in the MCU, like not MCU, but in the actual film universe, then we can start thinking about putting like the ABC characters and stuff in there. Yes, you can make the argument that Coulson's on but they don't even know, like they don't even acknowledge the fact that he's alive anymore. The Avengers are still like Coulson. The Avengers are still convinced that Coulson is dead. So in the film universe, Coulson is dead. Well, they don't have any sort of idea about him.
Then Nick Fury showed up and was fucking around with Coulson though on the show.
And Coulson's team was the reason they found Strucker's castle in the beginning.
Right.
Ultron.
Yeah, but the Avengers themselves do not know that Coulson is alive.
Right. They just know that S.H.I.E.L.D. or whatever helped them out.
Exactly.
I mean, that works in a way. I mean, it would kind of. The whole thing about Coulson dying is that's what brought together the Avengers. So maybe if they, I guess the Avengers are, for all intents and purposes, broken up now, so the reveal wouldn't be like as devastating now. But say before Civil War, if they'd revealed that Coulson would have been alive, like that could have potentially turned the Avengers against. That actually could have been a good way to tie in Civil War as well, as far as like, oh, we can't even fucking trust S.H.I.E.L.D. to run us, and that's why Cap, decides to defect or whatever.
I honestly am so annoyed with this whole like Marvel film universe, TV universe split bullshit. It's just because of like litigation, quite literally. It's like one person doesn't want to be another person's daddy. So that's why it's like Kevin Feige has like this super egomaniacal personality where he's like, I don't want to answer to somebody that's like, that I don't respect. So I'm going to go straight to Alan Horn, and then I'm going to bypass this television directing person. So it's just ridiculous. It's just like, what do the fans want? The fans want all of this stuff to not just be interconnected, but they want all of these characters to actually interact within the same universe. They want that cross-pollination. We want to see Daredevil chill with the Avengers. We want to see Spider-Man and Daredevil talk. That's what I want to see. but we aren't going to get that. So it's like it's still segregated, and that's very, very annoying. Considering that it's like
it's really stupid. I mean, it's just fucking Coulson. It wasn't like he
exactly
wasn't a bunch of other movies.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. I was like, so you're telling me that Clark Gregg, who has given you guys as many appearances as possible, is not going to be allowed to come into the film universe anymore? It's like, it's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. But Marvel can fuck up too.
They do need him to kind of hold down the TV universe as far as people recognizing him from the movies.
Yep, because the show sucks. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is literally terrible.
2 weeks.
I agree with you. The show does suck. It's gotten more entertaining than it has been.
Well, I mean Johnny Blaze is in the universe.
I think the first 2 seasons easily were just horrible.
Yeah.
Unwatchable. I would say that they were unwatchable.
The first season definitely unwatchable. The second season does pick up. Season 3, they kind of found a stride. This latest season with Ghost Rider is actually not the worst. And it moved to a different time slot, so it's a little darker too.
I think that's the biggest thing with the show. I just don't like Daisy.
The biggest thing with the show is that it's still network television. Network television does not know how to do this stuff correctly. Like, if you're actually wanting to, it's Netflix or bust at the moment.
Excuse me, John, but Arrow is really great because they killed Black Canary.
Honestly, every CW show can go to hell.
Yeah, no, I'm just being facetious.
I know, but it's just like, my God, it's like YouTube series, the television network.
Dude, honestly, fucking Bat in the Sun, Superpower Beatdown have better production values.
Exactly, they've had better production. It's crazy. Hold on, let me run down this alleyway. I guess it's abandoned. For some reason, we're just in this like incredibly abandoned area where we're allowed to fight and everything. No innocent bystanders whatsoever.
Dude, it looks
nobody at all.
Like it couldn't be more obvious that it's actually the Universal Studios backlot. You can see the fucking trams in the background sometimes.
Oh my goodness.
Right. Nine explosions and a building collapsing later. They're still out there fighting. Nobody's out there looking.
No cops. Oh,
I did like the last episode though, because the whole thing with their Robbie Reyes Ghost Riders, they were all like, oh, he made a deal with the devil and all that stuff, and people were like, well, that's not what happened in the comics. He didn't directly deal with Mephisto, which is what everyone assumed to be the devil. But what we found out is that it was actually he died, and then Johnny Blaze, as the Ghost Rider, came to him and kind of transferred the power of the Ghost Rider to him, and then brought him back to life. So I think the episode before that, they were in Johnny Blaze's house or whatever. So there was all these Easter eggs for like his circus. You could see his leather jacket. Like, they couldn't be more obvious about it. Like, they're looking for this book or whatever, and they like inconspicuously move this leather jacket that's sitting right on top of where the book is or whatever. There's a lot of like stuff like that, but it did pay off in this last episode when, Johnny Blaze, the Ghost Rider, actually showed up.
I'm gonna get Nick Cage coming back. That's when I'll know that this is a Trump America.
I wouldn't be mad if Nicolas Cage came back as Ghost Rider.
If they made those films canon, I know that this is a Trump America. I'm just waiting for it to actually hit you like this is a real thing. Oh man!
I mean, maybe not canon, but just kind of bring him back as a homage, and then write their own story. But I don't know. Maybe because I don't know if you guys know this, but I fucking love shitty mid-2000s action flicks. Chronicles of Riddick, Doom, they're my favorite. But that's the reason I like Johnny Blaze or Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider, because that movie was just so shitty. It was entertaining, and I liked how terrible he was in the role with his horribly forced young man haircut, trying to hide that hairline, putting bangs on him to make it look like his hairline's not halfway back on his head.
Oh man, poor Nicolas Cage.
I just
watch Wicker Man. That's my shit.
I just watched Face Off, and I fucking forgot how ridiculous the beginning of that movie is, where he's dressed as like a priest.
Oh my god!
Remember that shit? Oh my god!
Nicolas Cage has like an entire filmography of Razzies. Like, yeah,
it's true.
It's kind of amazing. Like, you would think that there's no way that this person can have like this many bad performances, but he's like, if I could break it down into like, who's someone really bad? Oh, Kwame Brown from the Lakers. If anyone's familiar with Kwame Brown, like,
that's the sports guy, right?
Yes, that is a sports guy. Like Kwame Brown for the Lakers is like Nicolas Cage with films. It's like you would think that he would have like a standout performance, but no, it's pretty much all shitty. I mean, Con Air, it was like emotionally appealing, but at the same time, it was overall a very terrible film. And then you can point to like Big Daddy and Kick Ass, like that was all right, I guess, but it wasn't like his film or anything like that. Like he's had a lot of fucking Razzies. This dude owes a lot of money to the IRS. That's why he's always doing films.
I mean, all his movies on Netflix, he's done a lot of like, those just Netflix original, which are basically just straight to DVD films now. But it looks like every single fucking cover to those movies was all taken from the same photo session, and they just photoshopped them in different poses.
Definitely. If they were to just make a film where it's like Wesley Snipes, Nicolas Cage, Bruce Willis, like basically the entire cast of the Expendables, just call it IRS. We're here to pay you. Like, let that be the title of it, and see how much money it makes at the box office or something. Like that would be
okay. I've already written this movie. It's Wesley Snipes and Nicolas Cage, and it's them trying to evade taxes for an hour and a half. And it's called I Arrested.
I Arrested. Oh my goodness! So
like
it just
IRS
ends up with them being arrested. Oh my god! He's gonna be the screenwriter. I mean, I do have a.
That's probably my contract waiting to be signed.
I do have a writing degree. I can get on that. I haven't done a screenplay in a minute, but I can definitely get on that.
So Taskmaster says that he believes Nicolas Cage was actually offered and declined to come back as Ghost Rider in the MCU.
Beggars can't be choosers. Beggars cannot be choosers.
Offer him another role.
There's no way he would have turned that down if they offered it to him again.
Beggars cannot be choosers.
He's like, I can be Robert Downey Jr. This is my career resurgence.
Someone needs to steal his copy of Action Comics or whatever. Action Comics #1.
Oh, yeah.
Just needs to jack it.
His name is Son Kal-El. I'm pretty sure he holds that thing pretty dear.
I would rip that copy in front of him. He would honestly, like, honest to God, he would probably give like the best performance of his life if someone did that to him. Like if you were to just record that, his reaction would be priceless. Because he's a textbook overactor, so Lord knows what he would do in person. But
no, I must admit, I do like The Wicker Man.
The bees, not the bees. It's legitimately
Killing me won't bring back your goddamn honey.
It's legitimately one of the worst films I've ever seen.
I mean, because the bees they were pouring on his face obviously weren't real, so he doesn't know how to act against like a CGI counterpart, or he doesn't know how to act against something that's not actually there. So he's just selling it. He is selling it. As Negan would say, "Woo, baby."
Yeah, another textbook
that
overactor.
Is some overacting.
It's a sad world. It's a sad world if you're a Nicolas Cage fan.
I mean, let's be real though. Those shitty mid-2000s action movies are pretty great for their time. Let's talk about the Chronicles of Riddick. Actually, not even that. Let's talk about Triple X, because the return of Nicolas Cage is upon us.
No, it's not.
Oh, you're not a fan?
Definitely not. Not a fan of the first one. The second one was definitely not good at all.
No.
I don't know what the fuck they were thinking, making Ice Cube an action star. Like, this man is obviously a soft body.
I don't know. He
can't have a soft body and a hard body role.
Ice Cube had a rough patch. They were trying to make him an action star and like a family man in the same year with Are You There Yet? And Triple X too.
Are we there yet? Triple X. Oh my god. Are we there yet? The Triple X movie. Oh my god.
That's funny because he's always been a little on the pudgy side and shit. So.
Oh yeah, he's a soft body for sure. You don't put soft bodies in hard body roles. You don't do that. Don't do that. That's like number one macro.
They made a hard body like Terry Crews play Ice Cube in the TV show of Are We There Yet?
See, there you go.
Right, that's hilarious.
Right? I mean, Terry Crews.
They won't notice, guys. They won't notice.
But how can you not be excited for Vincent Diesel returning as Xander Cage? He lives for this shit, John.
Let me tell you why I'm not excited. Because Vin Diesel is not a good actor, which is why he would have been perfect for Black Bolt, because it's nothing but just staring. It's nothing but looking cool. Vin Diesel has literally made a career off of looking cool. And he's already bald, so he would be able to put on that like tight black spandexy sort of thing. I mean, it would look weird. It would look a little bit like a gimp suit, but I mean, it's whatever. He can pull it off.
Well, he's become a bit of a soft body these days.
Definitely. He would need to get in the gym for sure. Definitely. Yeah, I'm tired of these soft body cats and these hard body roles. Like, you gotta muscle up, man. Gotta muscle up.
I mean, all I'm saying is the Chronicles of Riddick was still great. Pitch Black, those were great.
I mean, yeah. The first one, I suppose, for Chronicles of Riddick was all right. It wasn't like terrible to me, but at the same time, I was still wanting more.
Yeah, Vin Diesel got that dad bod now.
Yeah, he's on that. He's definitely on that Leonardo DiCaprio life.
What about are you talking about Pitch Black as the first Chronicles of Riddick, or are you talking about Chronicles of Riddick?
The Chronicles of Riddick, like, because wasn't there one that came out that was just called Riddick or something like that?
That was the third one technically. But Pitch Black is the first one.
Oh, okay.
It was just called Pitch Black at first, and then when Chronicles of Riddick came out, they retitled it Chronicles of Riddick: Pitch Black.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know which one.
Riddick colon.
Whichever. A Pitch Black colon. Okay, we're done. We're done here. Signing off. Okay.
Bro, you guys don't understand. You guys don't understand. There's only one speed. His speed. If you can't keep up, don't step up. You'll just die.
Oh my god. Why? Why are we doing this? What else is happening in the world of toys and comics?
Oh, you gotta admit that at least the sequence when they're escaping the prison planet, that's a sick sequence.
I can't really.
So
those movies are like one movie to me. Honestly, I can't even really remember one movie from the next or the first or the second. I don't know. Exactly. I'm pretty sure I saw them, but it's just I don't care enough to even know which one is what's what. I don't know.
Oh, come on, you guys. Carl Urban as Lord Vaco, the Necromonger Commander. That's awesome.
Nope, that was a nope. We're good. We're good.
Yeah, and even the girl that's in Westworld now, she plays his wife. It was great.
Nope.
All right, let's start taking some questions. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
All right. Let's take some questions.
Sticky Fingers Blade Cannon. Yo.
I forgot about that. It was a Blade TV show.
So bad. That single-handedly set black people 5 years back, at least.
Definitely.
Dude, that was really, really bad.
That set black people back farther than apartheid. That was bad.
Oh fuck, that's too real. It's too real.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You couldn't even take his shades off.
Is anyone reading All-Star Batman?
Yeah, I like it. It's Mad Max Fury Road meets Gotham City. It's fun.
That's pretty cool.
Man on the run type shit. So basically, like, the premise of it is Two-Face is captured by Batman, and basically Two-Face puts out like an all points bulletin on Batman's head, and so all these different mercenaries are coming for Batman, and basically it's basically Road Warrior and Batman.
Isn't that the plot of Arkham Origins? Black Mask puts out a hit on Batman, and he's got one night to survive all these mercenaries coming at him.
Well, I mean, it's sort of like that, but it's like Two-Face is being dragged off basically to Arkham Asylum or whatever. So they're trying to imprison Two-Face again, but at the same time, Two-Face is like, you ain't gonna take me without a fight. And then all of these mercs come out, like KG Beast is there, Penguin's there. Like it's neat. I like. I mean, Scott Snyder's a great writer, so.
So he has Two-Face with him while all this is happening.
Yeah. Basically, like for not majority of the comic, but for like portions of the comic, there are times where like Batman will handcuff himself to Two-Face. So it's like basically you're seeing that their relationship sort of get fleshed out, where it's not just Batman and Joker are the yin and yang. It's very much so like there are levels to this. There are levels to this. Batman doesn't have just one boyfriend.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Has anyone seen the Korean film I Saw the Devil? If no, watch it. Good film, says Sonic Rockman. Haven't heard of it.
I've yet to.
If you could, give us a quick rundown of the premise, maybe you could sell us on it, and perhaps where to watch it as well. Downtown is sounds like someone needs a NECA Riddick figure. I do. I really do.
Oh God, please don't. Please,
I actually really do.
We actually went like I don't know how long we've been on, but we've gone this entire time without even talking about NECA. So
we talked about my hauls earlier.
Well, I mean, but you didn't say it though. You said Kinner inspired. You didn't say NECA. So you did not get your residual. You did not get your residual pay.
Well, I do now.
Shit. Thanks, D-Town.
I need somebody to ask about Doom with Carl Urban and The Rock, just so I can quote that part at the end when he's like, "Semper Fi, motherfucker."
Jesus Christ. No. No. We don't need to live in this world. There are better worlds to live in.
But the world we live in now is just it's kind of setting itself afire in front of our eyes.
I would still rather live in this world than live in that world. But I saw someone make a nice little comment on the Full Metal Alchemist live action film.
I saw a trailer.
I am on a super unenthusiastic sell. I'm not gonna watch it. I could not give a fuck less about that.
Was the Attack on Titan good? It kind of looks like that.
Fuck no. No, it was no. That movie, no, don't watch that. If you've read Shingeki no Kyojin like in manga form, and then you transition to the anime, and then you transition to the film, just take 2 steps back. Just go back to the manga, watch the anime whenever it comes back.
Go back to go. Do not collect $200.
Exactly. Just start over. Just start over. Don't put yourself through it. It's not entertaining. I'm getting the same vibe off of the live action Full Metal Alchemist film. I would only suggest that you guys watch Brotherhood, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, not Full Metal Alchemist, but Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Brotherhood was how it was supposed to be, aired.
Is it told chronologically?
Yeah.
Okay, because I know the original jumps around a lot.
Exactly. Brotherhood is like the version.
Okay.
Whereas the one that we got at first in the States was like jumbled.
Yeah, that's the one I watched when it was on Adult Swim too, and Toonami.
Yeah. Toonami grew up. They were like, okay, we're gonna try re-airing this, but we're gonna actually re-air Brotherhood opposed to re-airing the original because the original messes up on several different things.
Right.
Man, that's such a great anime.
We got a question from Avenger Vastia. This one's for you, Boog. Out of curiosity, why did we push back the date for the tournament?
Because Hillary Clinton's staying at my house in January.
She gotta lay low, fam. She gotta lay low.
I gotta get this bitch in check, and it would have just been too much,
I'm so sorry to hear about your heart attack tomorrow, bud.
No,
sorry to hear about your heart attack tomorrow.
It just wasn't convenient for people. Hold on a sec.
Hello.
Forgot NECA's the new N-word.
Wow.
Nah, I mean that's such an easy joke to make. It's very low-hanging fruit, so I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah, it just wasn't. It wasn't convenient for anyone. It wasn't. It wasn't considerate of the holidays and shit like that. And my girl and Walton proposed a new schedule for all of the competitions, and it moving forward for forever, basically. And it just makes more sense for the World Tournament to start in January, February, March, moving forward, and then we'll get into photo combat and then summer shots, and it'll be like a good gap in between those things, and they'll be more streamlined, and we'll know the start dates for everything for every year, basically. So this was the beginning of just streamlining all of the tournaments on one set schedule so everybody knows what's what, and there's no misconception about getting your shit together for the tournament. And not to mention, a lot of people just weren't going to be able to do it, and it was a lot of people that I think are important to the competition too. So it's like, we don't want it to be a cakewalk. We want it to be intense competition. So this opened it up for everybody who was in a jam as far as time constraints to get their shit together and still get in, and give more time to people who needed to get their funds up or whatever the case may be. So with that said, I want to see everybody get in. I want to see the majority of the people who post daily in the Facebook group get in on the competition. This is This is where you really show and prove. It's a lot of cash on the line. It's a lot of prizes on the line. Like every year we have a ton of shit to give away. Every year is more and more stuff to give away, and the prize pool is larger and larger every year. So, you know, come out, have some fun, and most likely you'll win something. And if you don't win something, I guarantee you'll learn something. I guarantee you'll be better. I guarantee you'll be a better artist at the end of this competition. Even if you get knocked down in round one, I guarantee you'll have a footing in how to move forward with the competition for the next year, and you won't have those butterflies and you won't have those apprehensions about it. So, you know, it don't matter. It doesn't matter if you're a seasoned veteran or you're a noob. You should get involved in the competition. CJ, who won the competition in 2015,
right?
Was it?
Yeah, because Jeremy Lee won 2016.
Well, no, we in 2016 right now, right?
Yeah, but Jeremy Lee won it earlier this year. That was the 2015 to 2016.
January, so he was crowned in January.
Got you. All right, yeah. So, but when CJ won, he had only been doing A.C.B.A. for like a few months before that. He buckled down. He understood, you know, how to get his shit together and how to edit his stuff and how to shoot, and he hit the ground running basically. And it was like that for quite a few people that placed in the top 10. You know, once you fall into the groove and you have your idea kind of like storyboarded out and shit like that, like you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be totally fine. You're gonna understand. It's gonna click in your head pretty fast, especially if you watch some of the entries, you know, from last year. What you can do, you can go onto the A.C.B.A. fan page on Facebook, and you can click the events tab, and you can look at the entries for like the past like 3 or 4 competitions, not just of the world tournament, but of Photo Combat, all of these different things. So it's like, listen, man, you have all of the ammunition you need. You got a huge volume of pictures and videos and different things to look through. You can study up on each one of your opponents. You can do your homework, and you could really make a run for this. And I'm talking about anybody. It doesn't matter what skill level you at. You could quickly level up by just taking a little time. That's it. So, you know, I see a lot of people really apprehensive, and I just don't see why. Like, yo, this is what it is. Like, we play with toys. This is how you play with your toys right now. Like, get out there and do it, man. It's fun. It's very, very fun. You know, one of these years I want to come back and compete in the world tournament. But this year I'm judging. If you don't know, the judges for this year are myself, Pharaoh Black, Todd Rectangular, Slings of Web. We are the normal 4 for pretty much all of the competitions. And then Craig Warwick makes his appearance every so often, so he'll be joining us this year as well. So we got a strong, very strong judging panel, us 5, extremely strong. And Craig won the competition in 2014. So he definitely knows his shit, and he knows how to display, and knows how to customize, knows how to do it all. If you know Craig Warwick, you know.
Not to mention pour on the power.
Right. He's the fucking man. So everybody's got some pretty good experience under their belt, and we ready, man. We ready for this year. I'm excited for this year. I think some of the things that Jeremy and CJ have done in the past have really set the bar. And not only them, I liked a lot of the shit that Billy Paleo did last year and the year before. That's Footnosis.
I think he got second place, or yeah, that sounds right.
Who?
Punker Mike.
Yeah, I was about to mention Punker Mike. I like his style. I like his mind. It's very creative. Michael Wisman is always a personal favorite of mine. You know, it's so many out there. I'm a fan of a lot of people. You know, I could be hard on the page and shit like that, but I'm truly a fan at the core. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I'm excited for this. I'm excited for this year. I want to see a lot of people come out. So stop being a wuss. Get out there. Let's do this.
CJ just posted an epic X-Men shot, by the way, 15 minutes ago, if anyone's wanting to look.
Who did?
Yeah.
You know what, Fabio? I fucking love that picture that you put up today. That shit is fresh, man.
Oh, thank you.
Very good.
I'm a little pissed though because the last one I did where I got the dog alien killing off the Weyland-Yutani commandos and Ripley hiding behind the corner. That took me so fucking long to set up, and it was such a more intricate display and like so much more going on, and it's got like half the likes of this one that I just fucking did last night.
Yeah, and that picture was very, very good too. Like, you know, it's just people. It's just their palette is just not as, you know.
The lighting on the one that you just posted though today was
that shit is phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
Incredible.
So you know, people their dial is set for Spider-Man, it's set for Deadpool and shit. Oh, Spider-Man, oh like, oh Deadpool, like, you know what I'm saying? They can't relate to Gundam or they can't relate to aliens or whatever the case may be. So they're not even recognizing that right in front of their eyes is an amazing fucking shot. But because it's not, you know, a character that they can recognize, and you know, and that's kind of what I want the group to be. I want it to expand people's horizons and open people up to new things. And it has slowly but surely to a lot of different things. I mean, obviously, it has opened up a ton of Americans to import figures. You know, so it'll take time. It'll take time. You know. These cats, they gotta look beyond shit. They gotta look deeper. They gotta really look at shit. You know, look at the posing, look at the lighting, look at how long it takes you to set up something, and think about that when you see somebody else's picture that is way more phenomenal than yours. You got to be like, damn, they put in a lot of fucking work in that. You know what I'm saying? Respect the grind, respect the art, and you know, give credit where credit is due, man. But on the same token, don't be just hitting like on some whack shit either. I see a lot of people like, yo, I see some of the most terrible pictures go up in the same 3 or 4 people that like everything, just liking it. And it's like, yo, you know what? When I see you like my shit, I don't feel it then because you like anything. Like, you just like.
This one, my friend,
your love isn't real to me.
I think we posted this around the same time that I posted my aliens photo, and I want to see this get more likes. This is phenomenal right here. This is great shadow work, cutout work.
The Mask of the Phantasm too, so double bonus points.
I mean, he's a fucking wizard with these Batman the Animated Series figures because he matches the cutout so perfect to these figures.
That's
funny.
Gonna
lie, like he's the only cat that's really doing it well.
Rankings. We should have rankings like that. Wizard and like, you know, like.
Yeah, that's a good rank to have in an organization.
Not Grand Wizard though. Do not have the ranking be Grand Wizard. That would be very sus.
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
All right, but I get to be March Dragon.
He's an A.C.B.A. Grand Wizard.
Oh shit, no.
A.C.B.A.
We don't need that comparison.
David Duke underscore A.C.B.A. Oh my goodness! If David Duke owns a Marvel Legend, I quit.
Yeah, you know what? I forgot about this. Who was that? That's doing that Trump head. I got to get one of those, man.
Oh yeah. I got to look that up in Plastic and Paint. Give me a sec.
Yeah, I definitely want Deadpool killing.
Well, you got to put that on a Jim Ross body or something.
Yeah. You have to find a replacement hand though, so you're able to get all of the smaller hands.
Yeah. It's coming from Old Boy.
Oh, it's Old Boy. Old Boy is the person that did the Screaming Wolverine head, ain't it? No.
Oh, is it? I'm gonna look him up on Instagram right now. I don't think I'm following him actually.
Yeah,
crazy man.
Let's show that. Yeah, I would definitely be interested in that. That would be really fun to get in some displays.
Oh my goodness. This is. I guess I'm surprised I didn't see enough like Obama pictures, with some casted Obama head, but like Trump is just, it lends itself so well to doing this kind of like toy humor or whatever, just kind of making him like a random henchman getting killed or something. I don't know.
The possibilities are endless, man.
Yeah.
Somebody's we're gonna see at least 18 photos of like Revoltech Deadpool killing Trump. Like it's gonna just be the same photo over and over and over again.
I'm sure somebody will put a photo of him.
I will like every single one of them as long as they're good, but it's like, please, let's be a little bit more innovative. Have Trump underneath like Darth Vader's helmet or some shit. That'd be funny. Or have him as like the Emperor.
I don't think Old Boy did the Wolverine head. I don't see it on his profile here.
Somebody said Trump under Darth Sidious's outfit.
Yeah, the cloak. That would be fucking brilliant, actually.
I see him doing Qui-Gon Jinn. You know, Liam Neeson. I see him doing Daniel Craig, James Bond. He's done George Lucas. This is all Old Boy. Yeah, pretty good.
I've seen a lot of people use all of those heads, especially the Lucas one. They just put it on like a stormtrooper body and then just have him be like, "No, I think that what we ought to do is."
Yeah, you know what? I think some people need to recognize that they're not funny when it comes to toy humor too. Like some people do some fucking corny ass shit. And yo, if you if English is not your first language,
Pharaoh, oh boy, here it is.
Just ask somebody about the caption. Like, hey, yo, does this sound right? I'm not gonna go and just jump out there and write some shit in French or Spanish without consulting with somebody to know if it's grammatically correct and shit. Like, you'll kill your whole joke if the grammar's fucked up. Like, an American person is gonna see that and be like, nah, sorry, I'm not fucking with it. Like, just ask somebody, man. You kill the joke when it's not written properly. You know, I hate that shit. Fuck y'all.
Yeah. Trump America is taking over. Goddamn.
Some people just have very high opinions of themselves and they fancy themselves comedians. Like, listen, you guys, this is me speaking as Fabio right now. I study comedy. Like, I go to school for comedy, not because I'm like learning how to be funny or whatever. It's because you're learning about just, I guess, the classic things that make something funny, such as, if something is funny in 3s, it's even funnier in 7s. Just like basic comedy writing, just stuff like that. Joke writing, all that stuff. I'm like surrounded by that all the time, and so my sense of humor is like kind of dead because of that. So it takes a lot for me to like, really, really laugh at something, I guess you could say. But that said, there's plenty of people that post like funny shit that it's not like perverted or figures fucking each other, and it's not Bruce Lee working at a Chinese restaurant, and it's, oh my god, so racist funny. Like, no. Humor comes from I guess being clever, and a lot of these people who think themselves clever really just aren't.
Honestly,
Al Chang put up a photo this week with I'm gonna find it, but he put up a photo with Deadpool and Wolverine. It was subtly like funny. Like, it was funny just by the movement. Like, Wolverine just walking off on Deadpool was hilarious. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just like, it was quick wit. Like, it was smart. Like, for something to be funny, usually the funniest people are very intelligent and shit too. So,
play to your audience is something I hear all the time. And if, the audience you're playing to just loves to see, again, action figures like having sex or just in weird situations that don't really make a lot of sense, I guess. Sure. It's lowbrow as fuck, but sure.
Yeah, I'm not really with that shit, the toilet humor and the fucking, it's fucking corny.
Like that guy who had, Wolverine beating up a dookie out of a toilet. Like, it's not funny.
Yeah, it's retarded. Like, it's literally just like, what?
And you're laughing at it, not laughing with it, right?
The funniest photo that I've seen this week, though, was probably Pharaoh's with Superman, where he's just like, I'm not leaving forever, Lois, just for like 48 years.
Yeah, that's good.
That was fucking hilarious. Just talking to like Lois Lane on the phone or some shit, and he has like a suitcase in his hand. That was perfect.
One of the funniest ones that actually like made me laugh, it made me actually LOL rather than sharply exhaling from my nose, was John Connor when he had Stan Lee robbing the DC office.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Yes. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was funny as hell.
That's quite literally how it happened too. I don't give a fuck about Stan Lee, dude. I really don't. This dude is the ultimate Marc Jacobs, if anyone knows that meme. But it's like Marc Jacobs has like his own clothing brand called Marc Jacobs by Marc Jacobs. It's Stan Lee's on that type of like serious egomaniacal bullshit. Like, dude didn't even create majority of his characters, but he still gets that. He still gets the byline. It's amazing. But we can go toe to toe on that.
Let's take a few more questions while we're here.
Jack.
Let's see what we got.
But before we do that though, Jasper Domino gave us a great idea for a cutout package.
If we get that if we can get that old boy head on the web shop and maybe bundle it with a cutout pack, Jasper Domino's given us a great idea. We need cutouts that say wrong, no one more than me, huge and bigly.
Not a bad idea, Jasper.
Sonic Rockman, did you used to watch Whose Line Is It Anyway? Yes, I did. I'm actually not watching the current one. I've heard it's pretty good, but I used to love the one with Drew Carey and stuff. My favorite episode of that old series was the one where they had Stephen Colbert as a guest, and they were playing a game. What's that?
Look up. I was listening to a podcast a couple weeks ago. Whose podcast was it? I think it was Combat Jack's show, but it was an older episode too, but he had Cypher Sounds on there, who's a New York radio DJ, and he's been on the radio for some years out here in New York. But he got into improv some years ago, and he's like really, really hooked on improv and was really like trying to bring a more urban audience to the improv crowd, and he was using a lot of his connections and shit in the industry to like get more people to come to the shows and shit like that. And he's doing something in that world. And I'm saying all of this just to say, Fabio, you should look him up and maybe see if that interests you, what he's doing. I can't remember exactly everything that he was saying, but it sounded pretty interesting, and I thought of you, and that it just crossed my mind. So look up Cypher Sounds.
Okay. There's my school has a black improviser group called The Black Version. They'll basically take your suggestion at the top of the show for like any movie or anything in media that exists, and then they'll improvise the black version of it. It's fucking hilarious. They have, I believe they have Cedric Yarborough from Reno 911 on there. So funny. We just had my school is super progressive, so we just had the first annual Second City Diversity in Comedy Festival. That was a couple weeks ago, and they did I think they did like a 1 hour show of the black version, and it was so funny. Like, it absolutely slayed. I didn't actually get to see it, but I saw some clips online.
Yeah, I'm about to say, is it on YouTube or some shit?
I think it's on my school's they sent like a email or something out. I don't remember. But yeah, it's super funny. They have a lot of groups like that. I actually had I got in I auditioned to do a Latino improvisers sketch group that they're starting up, but I actually couldn't make it to the audition because I had to fucking cover somebody at work. Not happy about that still, but I mean, they're gonna have like other auditions and stuff in the future, but it'd be something cool to get into. It would actually be a sketch group, so we'd be writing sketches, kind of like Saturday Night Live and all that stuff.
That's
but
where you
perform live.
Where the money's at.
It is.
You're a writer.
It is. That's exactly what we study at Second City. Is we learn improv and we get good at improv so that we can get good at writing and writing comedy. And we have classes for writing for late night television, writing for sketch, writing for anything.
My dad told me when I was growing up, if you're wanting to make a money in this arts and entertainment stuff, you got to know how to write. And I'm like, okay, I'll get my degree in English literature and creative writing. Let's see where it goes. Now I got my job, and see where it takes me.
Where do you live again?
I live in an undisclosed location in California.
Okay.
I'm not about to fucking release my goddamn info like that.
Well, NorCal or SoCal?
SoCal. I'm told you I'm close to you, dude. I'm close.
I forgot. Whatever.
Right. I'm right behind you right now.
Oh shit. Well, come on in. I got some scones.
Oh, I will come right in.
Good Lord.
Oh boy.
JK. Trump America in full effect, guys. My bad. But no, I'm like I'm Inland Empire. So.
Oh man, you're way the
really fucking sad. Like, Inland Empire is literally named the Inland Empire because of the KKK. So, yeah. This is Trump America is becoming very real by the second for me. So this is not fun.
Pancho, what you got this week?
I really didn't get much in the the figure world. I got Pokemon.
Ooh, Sun or Moon?
I got Sun. My girl has Moon, and we just once we're done with the games, we'll just switch off. There's like this interesting though. I guess it's related to figures, I suppose. There's this interesting like toy accessory that came out in tandem with it. Tomy always does like Pokemon accessories. They used to do like the Pokedexes and stuff like that. And then in the last games when like the Mega Evolutions were a big thing, they did the Mega Evolution ring. But now in this game there's like a Z ring you can get where you can like get in sync with your Pokemon and you can unlock your Pokemon to do like this really intense move like once per round. And you gotta have like special crystals or some shit. I don't know. I'm not that far. But Tomy did the Z ring for it. It's like a role play Z ring. And the coolest thing about that is for the first time ever, it syncs up with your 3DS it syncs up with your game. And whenever you use the move in the game, like the ring will light up and make sounds and do all sorts of shit. I mean, it's pretty cool to me, but I can't even imagine what it's like to like a fucking 11-year-old who's picking up Pokemon for the first time and his stupid roleplay ring like lights up and buzzes whenever it happens in the game. That shit must be phenomenal for them. So, pretty jealous of today's youth in terms of that kind of stuff. But I mean, I don't know. That's pretty much all I got. I think. Can't even think of
no figs.
I don't think so. I think I've over the last couple of weeks. Over the last couple of weeks, I got the Doctor Strange Marvel Legends. Those are pretty dope. I went into my Toys R Us. I think like a day or so before the movie came out, and I saw that wave had dropped in my local store. And I mean, they look cool. The whole wave was there. And I knew, if anything, after the film, I knew I would want like the movie version, like the cinematic universe version of Doctor Strange, and then the other dude, Mordo, is that his name?
Carl Mordo, yeah.
I knew I would want at least those two so I can get some, some shots, some coherent shots of the film. So, in preparation of seeing the film and knowing how my own brain worked, I like stashed them somewhere. And then I saw the movie and inevitably I knew I wanted them. So I went and picked those guys up. But
did you like the movie while we're on the subject?
Yeah, I like the movie. I thought it was a smart introduction into that world. I discussed it some other places. I think I discussed it in Plastic and Pain as well. But like, you can't just go like 100%, like 0 to 100, full throttle into the magical realm of what Doctor Strange entails, because it's not just only magic. It's like interdimensional and like real psychedelic shit and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
And I just feel like for what they showed and stuff, and the places they went and the characters they introduced and stuff, it was a very smart introduction into that world. Like I feel like they kind of like brushed it with Thor and stuff like that. And even at that point in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Thor felt like not a little much, but it felt like so different and so mystical versus the rest of the MCU at that point. And I think that Doctor Strange was a good place to like grab it and take it to another plane. And I can't even imagine what kind of shit they're going to do in like the next thing. If this was like a stepping stone into what could happen, like I can't even imagine what like, oh, you're ready now. I guess I'll show you the rest of the shit. I can't even imagine what that's going to be like.
I mean, they better get trippy with Infinity War. I mean, if they aren't getting trippy in Infinity War, then they're messing up. Because if you have the Infinity Gauntlet, which is able to literally morph the universe to whatever the user wants, like, then that's a missed opportunity.
Oh yeah,
fight for the users.
I thought it was good. It was short. It was weird. It was weird that it was so short. But I mean, I guess it is what I mean. The last two like big Marvel films that I remember were Civil War and I can't even remember at this point. But the like two super long movies.
Ant-Man before that.
Yeah, and even Ant-Man was pretty long, correct? Like it was two and like a half, maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and then it was just strange that this one was like just scraping 2 hours. But I don't know. Well,
it felt incomplete. I thought that there was like a part.
Interesting. I mean, like I am not as deep into Doctor Strange and that whole mythos as I am with a lot of other corners of the Marvel universe. So that probably has a lot to do with why I was my appetite. I came out of that film like pleased.
Satisfied.
I was like, yeah, satisfied. I was like, that wasn't half bad. But then again, I have nothing to compare it to. You know, honestly,
right.
Doctor Strange.
Did you like the the ending without spoiling anything? I thought it was a very clever ending.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. I thought it was a very interesting take in, even to the point where he, as a man, confronted and solved that problem. He didn't have to rely on who he had become. I felt like he could have just solved that problem if he was just regular old Stephen Strange instead of whatever.
I feel so that particularly with the ending,
his character for sure.
Particularly with the ending, that was not just the ending, but the after credit of the after credit.
Oh yeah,
that character in discussion, that felt very forced throughout the entire film. It felt very forced, that transition. And I
can disagree with that a little bit, because you can sort of see like he's a very like regimented guy. He's very, and hopefully not giving too much away, but I thought it fit because it's almost like the rug was taken out from under him, because he was told to follow all these rules, and then the person who told him to follow those rules wasn't following those rules. So it kind of like what the fuck? Kind of like he had a Westworld like error in his head.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like to go through that mental gymnastic within such a short period of time, and then come to the conclusion that he did come to, it was kind of fast.
I think if they play it right, they can. Well, I guess it'll be giving too much away. What I'm going to say next.
And then with the after credit scene doing that, it was just like, okay, this is like, he was interesting, and he's like now on his path to mustache twirling. I just felt as though that was like kind of a whack transition.
I like the actor though. I think the actor did a really great job.
Oh yeah, he's a you would tell Ejiofor is a great actor, but oh shit, whoops, sorry. I did not mean to spoil it. My bad.
Oh, Christ Jesus. Moving on. Pancho, what else
Sorry.
you got?
Whoops.
I'm just kidding.
That's it for me. That's all I've been doing in like the figure-ish world.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think, because I haven't been on in like 3 weeks, so I don't really know.
You wanna maybe talk about Dragon Ball Super? I know they just finished some sort of big arc or something, right?
Yeah,
dude.
The Future Trunks arc just ended, and it was phenomenal. One of the best written and best executed wrap-ups to an arc I've probably ever seen in the entire series. It's incredible what writers who actually give a shit about the material can come up with. So it's crazy. I thought it was great. You saw it, right? Right, John?
Of course, dude. Of course.
Yeah.
I got A back. A was in the series. My man, my fucking guy, the only character that I've ever cared about. Vegito. That was the only thing that I cared about. I was like, my baby is back. Let's go. As soon as he popped up, I was like, all right, I'm ready. This is my cool down time. It was fun, and I love how they let Trunks win. They let Trunks be that fucking dude. Like that was that felt good.
Phenomenal. It's so interesting. I was having a discussion on my Facebook wall today about it, and then somebody was like, I think it was D-Walt. Yeah, D-Walt was saying like, no, it'd be nice for some of these other characters to have some shine or whatever. And I was telling him like, ultimately Dragon Ball is like, it's a shonen series, like shonen manga and shonen anime. They're very, very not cookie cutter, but you can almost tell that if it's a shonen manga, like the main character is always going to win. Period. It's always going to be the main character that does it, and it's such a breath of fresh air to see Dragon Ball, deviating from
not fall into that.
Yeah, it's almost the trope it helped create. So it's so great to see. It was Trunks' problem. He came to get help, and then in the end, he used the help he got, but in the end, he was the one that was able to, defeat the person who was causing all that trouble in his own timeline, which was great. I mean, like he like solved his own problem. Like, didn't have to rely on Goku and everybody to solve his problem for him, which was a theme in the entire arc.
Vegeta did put in like the groundwork, though. It basically made him weak enough to where Trunks was able to deliver the final blow. But still, like, I'm glad that Trunks did get that.
Yeah, that's very true. It's almost the same.
His manhood.
Yeah, it's almost the same as how the whole Android saga or Cyborg saga like played out. Like, he came to the past to fix the androids, and then he got stronger through coming through the past, and then he went back and solved the problem in his own timeline alone. But this time it was just more in your face and more apparent. But I thought it was really great. I'm very interested in what's going to happen in the future.
Question from Sonic Rockman for you real quick. Do they have any filler episodes in Super?
Yeah, there's soft filler that's about to happen, I guess. Like the next couple of episodes. The next episode is like a wish episode. Like Goku is like trying to gather the Dragon Balls to wish back King Kai to life, which I think is pretty funny. I think it's very interesting. Like the next four episodes are going to be like cool down and like happy episodes, kind of getting back to the roots of like Dragon Ball comedy. And then from there, they're going to go with some new arc. V-Jump just came out. V-Jump is like the monthly magazine for like, Shonen Jump and stuff like that. And they laid out the next 4 episodes. It's there's like a Wish episode. There's some other episode. I can't really remember. No, Goku reunites with Arale, which is another one of Akira Toriyama's mangas. She's from Dr. Slump, which ironically is Akira Toriyama's like run that he actually gives a shit about and he actually cares about. So it's hilarious that some shit he was just writing for a paycheck just ended up being like his bread and butter. He didn't even care about it. But there's an episode coming up with Raleigh, and then there's another episode after that where they're gonna be playing baseball, which is interesting. And then the V Jump, Titan uniform Yamcha was on the cover of that page. So if we see Yamcha playing baseball again, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
Oh my god.
And then after that, I don't know if it's the beginning of a new arc or if it's just a one-off thing, kind of like that clone Vegeta. But Hit is coming back, and then he's going to be like, he has a contract out to assassinate Goku. So
yeah,
that's interesting.
That's gonna be sick.
Yeah, but that seems like
something that I think we should probably talk about and let the audience know. But imports are hitting Toys R Us here in the U.S.
Yeah, I crossed my mind when we were talking earlier, and I forgot to mention that. But yeah, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, so my Toys R Us got a bunch of the Sage Naruto, a bunch of the Super Saiyan Trunks, a bunch of Sailor Moon, and a bunch of the big, I don't know, like probably like 18-inch Goku Super Saiyan statue. I don't know what that's about.
Gigantic series.
Right.
I wonder how long it's going to take for people to do the swapping with that. I wonder how long it's going to take. Yeah.
Swap game's going to be unreal.
I guarantee you somebody is doing it right now as we speak.
Going to buy a Naruto, and then you end up seeing like some broken ass like Boy Biz Black Widow on there or some shit.
Well, that's gonna be.
I can't even imagine.
It's kind of like a ninja.
You know what? I did go to Toys R Us this weekend with intentions of seeing if they had the Naruto there, but I didn't see it.
Yeah, I don't think my Toys R Us has that shit yet. Then again, my Toys R Us is like dead last to get everything, I'm pretty sure. It's so funny, like I will talk about my Toys R Us like how it's like really barren and really gross, and not gross, but like just last to get a lot of stuff. And then I posted a picture of it one day, and then everybody's like, yo, is that a Toys R Us from like the 80s? And I was like, nah, man, that's my Toys R Us right now. And they're all like, oh shit, like I'm having like huge nostalgia bomb right now. And I was like, yeah, well, I'm living this right now. So I mean, imagine imagine this. Like my Toys R Us like hasn't been remodeled since the 80s, and it's it may be interesting to some of you guys, but You know, I don't get shit there.
I personally, I don't know that my Toys R Us is going to be like a big seller for them. The price point is pretty high compared to the stuff around it on the shelf. You know, it's like $50 for Trunks. I think it's like 55 for Naruto. That said, really? I stashed one. I stashed a Naruto just in case. Maybe get a hot deal, some coupons, and I end up walking out for free.
That's crazy.
Save up those Toys R Us rewards points.
I guess so. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like Toys R Us is a better place for it than Barnes and Nobles, you know. But then again, Barnes and Nobles, like, it's more accustomed to like the collector type of thing than Toys R Us, at least in my area.
Right. It's in the collector vector section, but I mean, mine does pretty well as far as that stuff. I know NECA sells pretty well usually. I know. Well, thank goodness, but the McFarlane stuff is not selling whatsoever, which I'm very happy about.
Got great articulation.
Shouts out to my man and his color tops and all this other crazy, ridiculous setting the toy mechanics back into the like dark ages shit. Like, I love Todd McFarlane. He's so great. So fucking cool, dude. Jesus.
He's literally
He is Trump America. We should have realized that it was happening. We should have realized that regression was coming to America when Todd McFarlane was making toys. We should have realized.
Well, you know, we've all known that Barnes & Nobles has been carrying imports for a while, but yeah, it's kind of weird to see them at Toys R Us. I think it might have been Jerry Gamboa saying that he hasn't seen imports at Toys R Us in like 10 years.
Yeah, I know that they have popped up a few times over the years or whatever, but usually people scoop them up really fast. Yeah, I wanted to grab that Naruto for my girl, actually. I'm interested in that, and one for myself probably too. That new, I think they did a good job on updating that body mode.
Mm-hmm. D-Town is SHF Vegeta yesterday at his Toys R Us.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Vegeta? Are you serious?
Yeah. Presumably.
That's wild. I wouldn't think Toys R Us would be carrying the web shop exclusives. That doesn't make sense to me.
Well, it's holiday time, so they probably be getting all types of shit. It's, you know, because of the holidays, they probably getting all types of shit. So
yeah. Then again, they are carrying them in the first place. So some shit I never thought would happen. So
right.
I guess anything's possible.
I mean, yeah, it's true. I forgot about that. It could be for just for the holiday influx, and then we won't see them again until next year.
They're gonna have an adult section soon with real dolls.
Yeah, maybe those Breaking Bad crack figures will come back.
Oh my god!
Gonna have an adult section where you go through a beaded.
Check your ID before you get in.
They'll have sex dolls.
I am worried about the swap thing, though. That's going to be pretty rampant. I don't really live in a terrible area, so it's. I mean, my Walmarts and stuff has crazy swaps. My Toys R Us, usually it'll be like a WWE figure here and there, maybe a Marvel Legend sometimes, definitely a DC multiverse, but it's very few and far between. I hope actually that doesn't really happen with the imports, because that's something that could definitely discourage the higher ups from wanting to get those in the first place.
I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. You're gonna see.
And if you can't afford it, then you can't afford it. You fucking bum.
Bro. I can see it now. That we're gonna see those Toy Biz Black Widows. We're gonna see the Toy Biz Rogue inside of like a Super Saiyan. Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegeta is all of a sudden gonna be Rogue. We're gonna see like. I mean, it's just crazy shit. I've seen nutty things, man. I've seen nutty things in these toy aisles, man. It's crazy.
I want to see some
funniest ones though are
the Irwin ones. It'd be hilarious.
Oh my god, that would be funny. That'd be funny.
Yo, if somebody switched it out with like a super battle one, I wouldn't even be mad. Like, yo, shit.
I'm about to see some of those Irwin ones that you actually be coming up if you get them.
That's funny as hell. Oh my goodness.
Sonic Rockman, the prices are about $50 for the SHF figures. Naruto's like $55. Sailor Moon and Trunks are about $50.
Yeah, that's regular price.
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, what really keeps me away from buying imports is I don't want to use my credit card online, and you know, it's a whole issue. I'd rather pay for something in cash. So if I can, you know, use my Toys R Us rewards and use what?
What are you?
Do you not want a paper trail? What the fuck is this?
Use your PayPal. What are you talking about?
I don't know what you guys are talking about, dude. I don't even have a phone. I use a burner.
Shut the fuck
up. But yeah, I'm trying to stay off the grid.
As he speaks on a podcast.
Right.
Exactly.
You can find me on Instagram, Twitter.
That's just the character of Colonel Crackers. You'll never actually find me.
Yeah, Fabio's not even his real name.
That's funny as hell, dude.
But anyway, being able to like knock the price down with coupons and rewards points and all that stuff is gonna make these a little bit. Like I wasn't really like looking to get a Naruto at any point, but now that it's like pretty available to me, I might as well. You know, that's what's making the difference. For me, you know what I'm saying.
I mean, if they were to like, only thing I actually want like in terms of like import stuff, it's just I'm so upset with myself that I never like got on it when they were coming out. But I just want the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I just want that entire set.
Yeah.
With like the Green Ranger. That's all I want.
Yo, you should get the Red Ranger helmet that's in stores right now.
I'm good. I'm pretty sure I'll just buy the SHF ones. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to buy anything that's like cosplay related or anything like that.
Actually, even better.
I have a little bit of
using my Toys R Us credit card would be even better for buying imports for me because that's double points. That's 100 points per purchase right there, you guys.
Use me as an affiliate, please.
He's really about it right now.
By the way, it's worth noting
that if I purchase
during the holiday season, if you use your Toys R Us credit card on Thursdays and Saturdays, now you get 10% off.
Oh my God.
Wow.
It used to just be Thursdays, but during the holidays, now you get Saturdays too.
Now you can get those imports at almost Amazon prices.
Well, here's the thing. I like using my Toys R Us card because I'm building credit here, you guys. I am so on time with my payments. I swear to Christ.
Oh my God. That's so funny. At almost Amazon price. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. That is it.
Sonic Rockman, yes. I can get Naruto at Frankenstein, but like I said, either using my Toys R Us credit card or coupons or any combination thereof would I don't know, make it easier, better for me. Could there be more reward for it in the future? And yes, the entire collector vector section needs to just do away with those goddamn pops. They literally take up half the aisle.
Oh yeah. God. How many pops of Spider-Man can you really have though?
Enough.
I mean, I don't own a single one of those damn things, but I did buy my girlfriend a Groot pop, but that was like ages ago.
Or as my girlfriend calls them, Popo Funks.
Popo Funks, Funko Pops, Popo. Piece of shit is another great alias for it, but
great. That's how you pronounce it, actually.
Yes, exactly.
Speaking of Funko, they're doing I don't know if you guys play League of Legends, but their Legacy line is doing a League of Legends line.
Yeah, I got those in at work the other day.
Oh, they're in? Cool.
And I said, who the fuck are these guys?
I don't play League either, but it's apparently like quite big. When I was at Stanley's LA Comic-Con, they were having the League of Legends Finals World Tournament thing. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, League's pretty huge. I don't play myself either. Yeah, I don't play it myself, but those characters look pretty interesting.
Are you still playing?
I didn't buy them. But,
are you still doing the Overwatch thing?
Am I still playing Overwatch?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still playing Overwatch.
That is one I have not gotten into myself.
Overwatch is great. Really solid team thing.
They're just finishing up their free weekend right now.
Yeah. Hopefully, every time they do these free weekends, like a bunch of people go in and buy it. It's effective.
I didn't get into it. I don't know. I can't really do competitive games anymore. If I want to play a video game, it's got to just be like something arcade or otherwise relaxing, just something I can jump into and jump out of. Because I tell you what, I broke controllers. I broke all sorts of shit playing competitive games in my youth. Call of Duty, Battlefield. I don't want to do it anymore.
I found growing up really helps with that. So
it does, but still, like a part of me is always gonna be like, "There's no fucking way that person's better than me," you know.
It's true. It's interesting. Like I'm the same way to a point. Like I don't play competitive like FPSs or any type of shooters, even third-person shooters on consoles because I can't deal with the inaccuracy of the controller. So
right,
I can't do like I bought Overwatch for Xbox One just because that's my console of choice. But then all it took was all my other friends just buying it on PC, and I was like, man, what the fuck am I doing? So I just just went and bought it like literally 3 days after I bought the console version. I just bought it for PC. I was like, man, fuck this. So
that's all I play on PC is I'm just playing Skyrim these days, honestly, now that it's been special editioned and I got it for free.
Yeah, that's all I'm doing now too. I bought it for console.
Just download an emulator. Just download emulators for your computer and just play your favorite games on that.
Interesting.
What are you guys doing, man?
I used to do the emulator. I think it's just because I did emulators for such a long time.
Me too.
That I just I burned myself out on it, and now I just prefer like the tangibility of like just real carts.
No.
Well, like if it comes to like something like mega rare, like for SNES, there's this game called Evolution. Fuck off. Evolution. That's like a $900 cart. So like I am never ever going to buy that. I got to hold one when I worked at a local video game store.
I fucking forgot about Battletoads, man. You just said that.
Pancho, how many phone calls
I'll do emulation.
Get about Battletoads?
How many phone calls do I get about Battletoads?
Yeah,
enough. It's hilarious because we started accepting and doing retro trades on the website now, so it's really great now because people go, "Yo, yeah, Battletoads," and I'm like, "Yep, sure do." They're like, "No, like Battletoads, not for Rare Replay because it came out on Xbox One under Rare Replay." They're like, "No, not for Rare Replay. I'm talking about like the old Battletoads. You guys got that right?" Yep, we sure do. No, I'm talking about the real. Yeah, we have it. Oh, well.
Finally, that meme can die.
I go, cool. You want me to hold it for you? No, this was a prank call. Great prank. Just hang up. I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Let's take a few more questions here. What have we got? Oh, I inadvertently closed the chat. Give me one moment here.
A lot of people are saying pops suck.
Yeah.
Says pops are crack.
I mean, they do.
Make pops everything. Yeah, you know what's very interesting about pops is the competitors that they've spawned. It's very interesting because we get them all at work. Like there's Dorbs is a big one. What are some other ones? There's like a whole bunch of really weird ones. But Dorbs is like the biggest one, and to me, Dorbs look almost better than pops.
Yeah, but pops got those numbers.
Yeah, I guess so. I think the big thing that I don't like about pops is like up until like I think last year, like almost every single one was in that same gross pose, like fucking A-frame legs, and their bodies are like something out of an NES Wild Western game. I couldn't believe it. So, but now like they have like different stuff. So,
I guess Frankenstein is getting like Funko Pop only vendors now, which is we really are living in Trump's America if that's the case.
I thought they would have at least some Funko Pop only ones. I'm surprised they lasted so long without having one of those.
I mean, if you're able to make money off of it, I guess good for you. But it's like these. If you're buying them, I can't be mad at the seller. I can only be upset with the buyer.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they sell, obviously. They do sell, so I can't blame anyone that owns a booth or whatever for wanting to sell them because that's fucking guaranteed business, basically, as long as you have Walgreens exclusives or the whatevers. Yeah, I mean, I'm just not into them at all, not even remotely. In fact, I went to DCon, DesignerCon, on yesterday, and I talked to these guys. They had a little booth. They do a thing called a U-box where you check off things that you're into, and then they'll kind of like customize a little box for you. I don't know, they're pretty friendly to me, and I was killing some time and all that stuff. So I decided to do it, get something for myself and something for my girlfriend, like packed into a box for me. And I specifically put in the notes section, I fucking hate Funko Pops. Because I noticed he had a bunch in his booth. Like, if I didn't specify, they probably would have put one or two in there. And if I get one, you goddamn bet I'm gonna have to get like another if it's some team I need to complete or whatever. It's just an OCD thing, man. I know I couldn't get into it. It's the same reason I don't do crack because I know I love it.
Jesus Christ. And I gotta try heroin and then meth and then
I got an army bill today.
Then I gotta collect all the symptoms and all the cravings.
Right. I gotta get track marks in every part of my body. Sonic Rockman wants to know any good painters you recommend, and I know you had some other questions before this, but I'm gonna take this one right now because we were actually just talking about this in regards to Mayshelf and his heads. Michael Wisman is by far one of the best painters in the community. Like, check out his the work he's done for Pharaoh with the Punisher head sculpts and a few others. Dude kills it. I mean, the bruises that he puts on the guy's face has like yellows and purples and reds in it. It looks crazy good. It's got gangrene and all that stuff. It's nuts. So Michael Wisman is the one and only answer, I would say. If you're looking to get something like repainted, like George Navarro, Monster Mash is really good. His stuff kind of looks like he puts makeup on them, so he really beautifies the female sculpts. Can't think of any others. Maybe Mike De La Paz, but he's out in Asia, so he's a little inaccessible. And then he had another question. Any Zrek Imran? This one might be a good one for you, Pancho. Any companies or customizers that can make 112 MotoGP riders?
Why is that for me?
I thought, I don't know. I thought that was like an import question.
No. No.
What is MotoGP? Is that just like
MotoGP is like Supercross, like dirt bikes.
Oh, that's the sports guys, right?
Yeah, those are sports guys. Yeah.
Ooh, yo, just really quick.
Once every 4 years. How am I supposed to know?
That's okay.
Just really quick for anyone that was sort of in the bond like I was when they were trying to find like basically the Epic Heroes Punisher head for their Marvel Legends Punisher. The person that I got mine from has 2 available right now, so if anyone wants that, just just let me know. I can direct you to it. It's $20 and it's already painted. So if anyone needs it.
I got something coming your way. Music coming your way.
Oh, who, me?
Say what?
Pancho, I got that music coming your way for the
beautiful,
for the V2, for the version 2.
Hell yeah, let's go.
What you think? You think tomorrow for the calendars?
Calendars, yes, tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then when Tuesday at the latest, because I'm off on Tuesday. Yeah, but tomorrow I just open.
That's we can talk about is we got the calendars coming up, Boog.
Oh yeah, that too. Well, me and Pete talking about the calendar schedule, the actual zip file for the tournament. So Avenger Vasti had asked about us pushing back a date, so we published the new first round date. So that's not until January what?
January 8th.
7th or 8th, yeah.
January 8th. So, you don't actually have to post your first round display until January 8th of 2017. That gives you well over a month to get your shit together, basically. But we're going to be putting up a new zip file for the downloads on the website with the February dates as well, or the second January date and the February date, basically for all 3 rounds. So you'll have to go back onto the website and download the new zip file, but we'll probably make it, I guess, available for a Dropbox too or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out, but just a heads up. So you're not feeling like you pressed for time. We absolutely pushed the dates back. The tournament doesn't actually start until January 2017. And then the other thing that we're doing right now is planning the 2017 calendar, which you can hang up on your wall like we did last year. So hopefully that'll be up for pre-order in December. Yeah, so I'm excited about that and getting that situated as well.
Yeah, those sold well last year. My comic shop actually sold all the ones I gave them.
Yeah. That was awesome.
My mom loved it.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
And I don't know how much we're willing to divulge, but we're going to be putting a lot more dates on it for events. than we did last year, as far as, you know, there's going to be national holidays and all that stuff too, but A.C.B.A. events I think are going to be on the calendar as well, as far as like post dates for which tournament and all that stuff.
And that was another reason why we wanted to kind of streamline the dates for the tournaments and stuff like that, so we can have those definitive dates, excuse me, and include them on our calendar too. But yeah, it'll be a lot of like A.C.B.A. centric dates along with the, you know, the regular calendar days. Obviously, you know, the holidays, Halloween, Christmas, all of that good stuff. Yom Kippur.
Yep, we're getting all the Jewish holidays in there too. All 80 of them. Oh man, I knew nothing about being Jewish growing up, but like I had a lot of Jewish friends, and all of them got off school so much, and I was like, "What the fuck? Let me try this out."
Jewish.
Just till I get done with school, then whatever. Any more questions we got coming in? We got more cutouts shipping out soon, right?
Yeah, probably start shipping this. Well, I don't want to say this week because we got Thanksgiving, but it might ship at the end of the week. Post office open on Friday. We'll see. But yeah, definitely very soon. V2 of the Insane Mercenary pack, and then we'll have a few extras going out for a few people that we had to get next evolution, like replacement packs too. And then Series 5 will be coming up right after that. And we already have the AI cutouts already planned out as far as the actual ones that are going to be in the pack. So yeah, looking good for 2017 and beyond.
It's going to be a stacked year. Hopefully better than 2016. This was a weird fucking year.
This was a fast year.
Fast, but man, we had so many celebrity deaths, so many like weird occurrences happening.
Yeah, we had a lot of regular people die too.
2016.
Yeah, John Oliver did a whole thing about 2016. I mean, we lost Bowie, we lost Lemmy, we lost who's the guy we just lost recently? Like last week, earlier this week. Some guy. Leonard Cohen, I think his name is.
Leonard Cohen?
Yeah. Did we lose Leonard Nimoy this year or the year before? I can't remember.
It was
I think it
died
was
this
the
year.
year before.
Or not this year, but this week.
Here's a fun question, and Sonic Rockman wants to know: any of you guys do a dio in a shoebox when you were younger? Is that your first dio?
That's funny. Probably, yeah.
Nah.
I did one for school. I remember that.
Yeah, I did one for school.
Physics. Yeah.
Funny that you say that because my daughter had to do something similar recently, but my dad is like a really good artist and shit. So she had like the cheat code. He helped her with it, and it was like it was like too good for a 7-year-old. Like it was just like really good.
She's a prodigy.
Basically.
My God.
No, actually, my grandfather just did this whole shit. Sorry.
I mean, I did one. I think it might have been in like 4th grade or something like that. We were asked to like bring something in that like a diorama of something that we really like, and I really fucking loved A.C.B.A. at the time. Nice. You know, the band, not high voltage, not touching electrical sockets. But yeah, I love the band A.C.B.A. and so I did a little like shoebox diorama that was their stage from the Live at Donington concert, and I had them like, I guess I made them out of Play-Doh or something. I can't remember, maybe clay. But I made like little figures with guitars and stuff out of clay, and then yeah, that was it. Other people, you know, slightly more academic kids in my class were doing like. I guess we were reading like Winn-Dixie or something at the time. I don't know if you guys remember that fucking book, but someone did a little Winn-Dixie dio. Boog, since you hate Metallica, you listen to any K-pop?
A21.
You know what's funny? I got a friend that I grew up with who's a DJ and, you know, into a lot of different music and shit. His girlfriend was like heavy into fucking K-pop and shit.
I know all about that vicariously.
We used to find ourselves in fucking karaoke a lot and shit. So.
I love karaoke.
but I wasn't. I'm not really into. You know what? I won't say that. You know, I like all music. You know, I couldn't name any specific artist from some of these other genres, but you know, I'm not. I don't turn my nose up to any music. You know, you can't just be listening to fucking rap all the time. You know,
but of course, fuck Metallica, right?
But no, not even. You know, I'm just saying that. And yo, in my house when we grew up, my parents played every genre of music, literally everything. Like, you know, we were allowed to listen to everything except rap. So. So, you know, everything like Spanish music, the blues, jazz, rock, you know, gospel, like everything. Like, and we had a very like robust and diverse like listening experience growing up with my parents. So it was weird. It was weird. Like we would be bumping like loud ass Spanish music, be the blackest motherfuckers.
Crazy. Well, you live in Spanish Harlem, you know.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Exactly. I was about to say, this is NY, baby.
Sorry, rock band. Girl Generation's great, but I'm all about Tai Yang. That is the only K-pop guy I know.
Girl Generation is pretty great.
What's that other band, like Evo or some shit? EVO?
Something like that.
Shit like that. The group, man.
Benjamin Ableton, do you guys set a budget for how much you spend on a figure per month or year? Or do you guys just say, fuck it, I got money in the bank account, I'm buying figures?
Man, I wish I could set a budget.
Yeah, same here.
That's usually what I do is not budget, but I just save money. I just save, you know, a ton of money. Not a ton. I'm not fucking rich. But I try to save as much money as I can because I know, you know, there's just going to be some unexpected purchase sometime. And it might not even be figures. It could be, you know, one other thing. But I just like, you know, having cash just in case I find something I really want or pay off something unexpected.
Here's the way I sort of balance it. If my toy like purchases are going to exceed my rent and utilities, then I'm fucking up. So that's how I sort of gauge myself. I'm like, this cannot exceed over $600.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sometimes brother.
No matter how much I try to plan, it always every other day there's some unexpected shit. Like, so I don't know. I don't plan anything.
Mistakes happen. Happy mistakes, but mistakes nonetheless.
I got a parking ticket I got to pay off this month.
Yep.
I try to plan, but nothing ever goes according to plan.
So.
No. Nothing's going according to plan, just as I planned it.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, man. Yeah, I will tell you.
That's something that we can all resonate
with. If there's one thing I do plan, it's if there's anything that is coming out at work, I will plan that because at least I'll get a discount at that. You know, and that's about it. And I usually just have like store credit just chilling on a card at any given time. And I'll use like a portion of that, and then I'll use the rest. And it feels the burn isn't as severe if there's a little bit taken off. So
that's exactly why I like the Toys R Us card. Yeah, at least I save that 10% or whatever.
Yeah, I was about to say like I feel the same way at work. Just because if anything, like I save a little bit with the discount, and then if anything, the points get applied to the rewards program, and then that will just entail more coupons, and then, you know, It's a vicious cycle.
I mean, sometimes I get lucky with the coupons, though, because I remember last month or, you know, I guess, like late October when I found – I think it might have been the Jason, the Freddy, the Evil Dead 2 Ash, the Ash vs. Evil Dead figures. Those all came out like at once at my Toys R Us. And at the exact same time, they were doing a promotion where if you spend over $100 on your Toys R Us credit card, you get a $20 rewards coupon to be used in December. So I got one of those saved up for December. And then when I bought when I bought Batman and Harley, I bought 2 of each, so I spent about $75 on those, and they were having another promotion where if you spend $75 on your credit card, you get a $10 reward to be used in December. So I got like that shit saved up. I don't know, I don't really look for like deals like that, but I just happened to catch them at the right time, and And if I do know it's coming, I try to plan my purchases around that. Like maybe stash something to come back on Thursday just to get that 10% discount.
Yeah, I'll do that with video games just because it's easier for me to plan around video game sales versus figure sales just because I don't really know what the haps is with figure sales because I'm not really at Toys R Us so much just because I live so far away from my Toys R Us. But I'm at the video game place literally every day, so I'll plan my video game purchases around sales.
Amazon, baby. That's all I'm going to say.
Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon is nuts. Amazon really changed the game for how I approach a lot of figures and video games now because video games are 20% off at Amazon. Which is crazy.
Uh-huh.
Wait, really?
They're cornering the market.
Yeah, if you buy a
Amazon is
game,
on some real shit right now.
Yeah, if you buy a game, a new release game within a certain window, and I think if it's being distributed from Amazon itself, you get 20% off. It's nuts.
That's pretty cool. I don't know about that.
If you're a Prime member, that's right. If you're a Prime member.
Oh, that's a little different for me because I play PC, so I just buy everything on Steam. I only buy video games maybe like twice a year when they're on sale. I don't pre-order video games at all. Sorry, Pancho, but I don't.
Okay.
I know you
could be a real guy and just get an email.
In the store, isn't that how you guys make, I don't know, commission or there's something beneficial to your store if you get a lot of pre-orders. I've read that somewhere.
It used to be you kept your job, but now not anymore. So I guess that's a great benefit.
Apparently, when you do well at your job, they allow you to keep it. That's the only benefit for GameStop.
It's so interesting. Like our focus has changed so spastically over like my 10-year tenure there. Jesus Christ, I've been there so long. But I've seen it go from like super heavy on reserves to now we just generally don't care. It is what it is. If it happens, it happens. But it's not really the focus right now. Now you will inevitably get those fucking GameStop type of employees where they're all like, yo, you want to pre-order something? Nah, I'm good. What's the matter, man? You don't want to make sure you get a copy of a game? Nah, I'm okay. You want a pro card? Nah, I'm cool. I don't need a pro card. Bitch. What's wrong, man? You don't like saving money? Man, fuck you. I don't. What's wrong with you? Like, I can't deal with those kind of dudes. Like, I get what they're doing, and it's not even like a GameStop problem. It's just like those are the type of people that are like that in every aspect of their life. You want to go out on a date? Nah, I'm cool. Whoa, what's wrong? What's wrong with a free meal? You got to eat sometime, right? Yeah. I knew a dude like that in college, and watching him try and like spit game was like the most cringy thing I've ever seen in my life. It was crazy. His favorite line was, "What's wrong? You got to eat."
Oh my god! Bet you right now I can guess his ethnicity.
Gotta eat, man. I was like, yeah, I guess.
Don't see black guys doing that too often. Don't see that. No.
So I got that parking ticket I got to pay off this month. So does Punker Mike. We got a ticket at the same time when we were doing the live stream last week.
Best friends forever.
Oh, it was last week. It wasn't. Yeah. Well, there's your friendly reminder. You got 21 days to pay that off. We got what? 17 days to do it now.
How expensive was that ticket?
It's like $30, something like that. It's a parking meter ticket.
Oh, okay. That's not too bad.
No, it's not. Actually, I should check because it's probably more.
It's like 30. Oh, whoops. 300. Whoops.
Oh, I thought that was a decimal point. Sorry.
In my like very early youth, like when I was in college, I used to not give a shit about parking tickets, but that caught up to me very fast, very quickly. So
you get hit with one, and then all of a sudden 3 more follow after. Yeah, you're gonna be eating that ramen noodles.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it was like I used to just not pay them, and then
oh boy.
And then one day I used to not pay speeding tickets too, and then one day I got pulled over, and then there was a warrant out for my arrest. And I was like,
oh my god!
Oh shit!
Oh my god!
Yeah, I actually. This might have been my dyslexia kicking in. I thought it was $35. It's $53. My bad.
Oh my god!
That's an import trunks at Toys R Us.
Yep. And I can't use reward coupons to pay this off.
That shit ain't nothing, man. New York tickets, everything is like 100 and better. It don't even matter.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Welcome to the Big Apple. You're fucking welcome.
They hit you quick for 115 like it's nothing.
That's not. Yeah. I think the biggest ticket I ever got was like $430.
Ooh,
gee, what were you doing?
Did you actually get arrested, Pancho?
Did I? Yeah, I got arrested that night for the warrant thing.
Oh man, you're in the system, Pancho. For how long?
Dirty.
I am. Yeah, look me up. I look fucking wild. I look like shit. I can't believe this is happening to me. Are you for real?
Dude, you better not get your fingerprints in an unfortunate situation because you're in the system now.
I am in the system.
I mean, if a murder goes down, stop, your fingerprints are going to be all over that murder scene.
Yeah. Get yourself a set of Pancho's fingerprints. Frame him for anything.
That is actually funny as hell. I'm not gonna
was it like an overnight thing? Like how long did you?
Yeah, man, let me tell you. I don't want to get too into it, but I used to live.
We're already in it now.
Yeah, I guess we're in it.
I'll even share mine when you're done.
Let me touch on this super like expensive ticket I got. I was on the way, coincidentally, to New York. It was for my friend's birthday. We were gonna chill in New York for like the week, and I didn't have a license at the time, so like we were running late we were gonna take a train up there, and we were running late for the train, so I was like speeding through my neighborhood, and I took this corner super fast, and a cop like passed by me, and then he inevitably pulled me over, and then he was like, "Yo, license registration." And I was like, "I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't have a license," and he was like, "Oh, well, it's not a good sign." So he like put me in handcuffs and all that shit. And then luckily I was just all like, yep, I literally live in this neighborhood. This is what the deal is. My suitcase is there, blah, blah, blah. This is what's happening. I had no choice but to drive to my friend's house. This is, I live right down there. He was like, okay. So he called my mom over and she explained. Luckily, like, there was, I don't know, something must have gone like incredibly right because he just let me off with a warning. No, he let me off with a ticket. But he charged me the maximum he could charge me for running a stop sign because he said I ran a stop sign. In my defense, I did like a rolling stop, but I wasn't about to argue a man who could have put me in jail. So I was like, shit, well, that's fine. So I got my license like the next day, and then he told me he's like, I live right over there. When he was like lecturing me, he was like, I live right over there, and you were speeding, and there's kids in this neighborhood, blah blah blah. So after I got like my license, like I went over to his place and I apologized and I told him like, yo, you inspired me to get my license, I guess. I don't know. The thought of the threat of jail time inspired me to get my license. So thank you. So, but a couple of years after that, I was just driving home. I was driving my friend to a party. So it's such a great story. This is back when like, I was like, I just looked very alternative back then. So like I had like my undercut going and I was wearing like fucking pre-ripped jeans and shit. And
oh my God.
So mid 2000s.
Did you have like the Jack Skellington t-shirt? Like
no, absolutely not. Okay. I did not go down that road.
Jack Skellington hoodie?
Yeah, exactly.
I did not go down that road. But I just looked like I looked like I didn't belong in the town I lived in. I lived in a very like small like South Carolina like Midlands town, and like I had like a nose ring and shit, and my lip was pierced and shit, and I got pulled over because I failed to get over into another lane where a cop pulled someone over, and the cop he was very irate about it because apparently his friend had been hit like in a situation like that, so he had a zero tolerance for it. And then he was like, he asked for my license. I was driving this girl to a party, and she looked super alternative also. And then he came back, and he was looking at my car, and he was all like, "Where do you work?" And this is when I worked at IHOP. This is when I worked at IHOP, and I lived with my mom, so I had no like money. I didn't have to pay for shit, and I wasn't collecting figures or video games at the time, so I spent my money on just like frivolous just shit. So I had these subs in the back of my car, and I had like LEDs in my car and shit like that. And so this cop is like looking at my car, and he's just like, "Where do you work?" And I was like, I work at IHOP. I'm a server at IHOP." And he goes, is that the only place you work?" I go, yeah, that's it. And he goes, oh, it's a pretty nice car you have here for just being a server at IHOP. And I go, yeah, I mean.
First of all, you racially profiling me, you motherfucker. I know my rights.
Right? Damn.
And he was just like, nice car you got for just being a server at IHOP. And I go, yeah, well, I don't really have any bills, so I live with my mom, so I just spend my money on dumb shit. And he's just like, all right, is there any narcotics in the car? And I go, no, there's not. He goes, okay. And he goes, well, I'll be right back. And then like he searches his computer, and then he finds like all these unpaid parking tickets and shit. And he goes, well, your license is suspended. And I go, oh shit! I was like, I didn't know. Like, you have to believe me. Like, I didn't know, which I'm sure he hears like literally all the time. But like he said that there's a warrant out for my arrest, and I was like, oh shit. Well, is there any way that like she can drive me home or something? He goes, I can't just let you go because you have warrants out. And I go, yeah, I mean, like my license is just suspended though. Like I didn't fucking rob a bank or like shoot somebody or anything. And he goes, I just can't let you go. So like he arrested me. And then I was supposed to like just spend the night in jail, but like this was like Thursday night, like very late Thursday night. And so I didn't get like a court appearance until like Saturday morning. And then it was such a bad time because my mom was out of the country. So like it was just me. I had to call my now fiance, her dad. I had to call her dad, and it was like one of the most embarrassing phone calls of my life. And I was like, "Yo, this is what happened. Can you please help me?" So like I had to call him, and it was the image of this like super like my fiance's name is Rebecca, and her dad is like very dad. Like you think of like dad, that is like his name is Steve. That's very dad.
God, I was about to say, is his name Tim? Like Tim Tim?
it's Steve. But like he is just like ex-military, just stern by the books dad. Like, what are your plans with my daughter? Type of dad. He's a great guy, but like aesthetically, he is a very like stern textbook like sitcom like dad. Like I got this date with this hot girl, but the problem is my dad is so strict. Like that is Steve.
So he's really white.
Huh? What's up?
Really white.
Yeah, super white. Mayonnaise on Wonder Bread. Super white guy.
He's like the dad from American Beauty.
Yes. But like he was very hardened. He's like a hardened man. Like it's so interesting. But the imagery of this really straight, like clean cut, like stern guy coming in and just going like, yeah, I'm here for this guy, was just hilarious. But like he came to my court appearance at like 9 a.m. Like he paid, thankfully, like and graciously paid my bail and all that stuff. At like 9 a.m. I didn't get out of there until like 8:30 at night because there just some sort of like bullshittery and some fuckery was going on in that place, man. I have never like the idea of you being in like a jail and then like not giving a shit about you has never affected me personally until that moment in my life. And I was like, man, they really don't give a shit about anybody in here. Because everybody was gone except like me and like this guy that looked like this is probably his 80th time in the drunk tank or whatever. And it was just it was like such a interesting like wake up call. Like, damn, I was woke that day, as you would say.
And guess what, kids? Jail is usually worse than prison and some instances. If you are like, you know, obviously if you're not like a fucking hardened criminal and shit, like it's just the discomfort of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? The shit is so inconveniently like terribly uncomfortable and like just fucking the worst shit ever, man. Like it really is. Spending a night in jail and some instances is worse than doing a week in fucking prison. Because at least in prison, you already settled in, you know what it is, you got your bed and like whatever. Like it's still horrible, but like.
Yeah, it was nuts. They busted out like the foam mattresses, like the world's shittiest like produced manufactured foam. Like, does this even qualify as foam? Like, what is this? They busted out the mattress. They threw like 12 out there. There's fucking 36 of us in there. Like, work it out, I guess. Some dude in the morning asked me if I was gonna finish my grits. I was like, You can have my orange if you want, but I want these grits. So it was nuts.
Did you get beat up for your food?
No, I didn't get beat up. Like, I mean, everybody was in there. Everybody that was in there was like either just some drunk dude or, just some bullshit. There was some guy that like, there was like all the stereotypes of like the dudes that are locked up for the weekend. Like the guy who swears he didn't do it. The guy who got caught with like, I don't know, 16 fucking kilograms of crack cocaine in his trunk. Like just the very, very strict. It was
funny.
crazy.
I don't know how I got there, officer. I have no idea.
Avenger, no, I did not cry. I took a hard look at my life, but I did not cry.
Oh my God, I would have been in shambles, dude. This is a cautionary tale. I would never do some shit like that. My mom would literally kill me. Oh my God.
Yeah, I think the fact that my mom was literally on the other side of the globe prevented her from, disciplining me. But I got out. It was so hilarious. I got out. I remember I
said you guys are wusses.
Wait till you hear mine. Mine's even well, I guess Pancho at least had like a warrant out. He had like a reputation about him, like, oh, we gotta get this guy. Me, I was just some drunk idiot on the fucking streets trying to walk home, and I guess I just turned 21, and these girls invited me out to go bar hopping in my former hometown, which is like the first town where I was living on my own. So they invited me out. I was like, all right, cool. And, we went to a couple bars. And at one point, I started mixing alcohols and shit. So I got real fucked up. I blacked out. And I didn't come to until they were fingerprinting me at LA County Jail. It was kind of an experience. I mean, it was basically just the drunk tank. So kind of the same situation as Pancho, except I was there by myself. Like, there was nobody in there with me in my cell. So I had the shitty mattress. I had a half pint of milk and some Cheerios. And I woke up and I had no idea. Like, again, I came to. I was starting to come to when they were fingerprinting me and like interviewing me or whatever. Then I passed out as soon as I made it into my cell, and I woke up and I'm like,
confused. Yeah, you was on some wino shit. Fuck.
Yeah, dude, I don't know what the hell happened. But I checked my pocket and I had my little like arrest paper or whatever, and it said I was like 10 blocks from where I had started the night, and I guess I might have been trying to walk home or some shit. But yeah, they let me out at I only stayed overnight, and I had work the next morning, so they let me out at 11. And no, I didn't get Captain Crunch. I got Cheerios, thanks Z-Rack. But I still made it to work like 30 minutes late that next morning. But I had to stop at the house of the girl that I was with the night before, like my friends. It was a platonic friendship thing. It wasn't even like that. But when I got out of jail, they didn't have they give you the bag with your belongings, but I didn't have my cell phone and I didn't have my car keys. So that freaked me the fuck out. So I got outside and I borrowed some guy's phone and I called my own cell phone and she picks up and she's like, what the fuck happened? Like, I don't know. Come over to my house. So I took a $50 cab ride back to her house, which luckily I still have my wallet so I could pay for.
Man,
I get there and she's like, I don't know what happened. We lost you after the third or fourth bar or whatever. And then I got a call later that night from some guy on your phone, and he said that you were in his car and you threw up all inside of there trying to start it. You thought it was your own or some shit.
What?
I don't know what the fuck happened, man. It was a crazy night. What's even crazier is at some point I used my cell phone to call my former stepdad, so like my mom's ex-husband who like raised me from like middle school to the beginning of high school basically. And I called him. I haven't talked to this guy in fucking years, but I guess I called him. And he was like, yeah, you asked me if like I could come pick you up because you were out on the streets walking or something. You sounded really incoherent. And I'm like, dude, I had a fucking night, man. Like, I don't even know. So yeah, that's basically it. It was just an overnight thing. But yeah, pretty disorienting.
That sounds pretty jolly to me compared to
I mean, it wasn't bad, but that's what I'm saying. You sound like way more of a badass because me, I'm that drunk idiot, you know? And
it actually probably did you a favor, man, picking your ass up.
That's exactly what it is, man. I guess I'd fallen at some point in the night, and I'd be like falling hard on my elbows because I had this big ass gash, which I still have a scar from to this day on my elbow. I had a gash on my face from I guess like I took a fall and might have hit the floor or some shit. I don't even know what happened to me, man, but. The worst thing to come out of it was that I'd fallen so hard on my elbows at one point that night, and then when my feeling came back and I was sobering up, you know how when you hit your funny bone, your pinky and your ring finger kind of like get that staticky numb feeling for a while, for just a couple seconds. I hit like the opposite side of my elbow, so my pointer finger and my thumb were like numb for fucking like at least 2 months after this happened. Like I took some serious nerve damage on that fall. I mean, it's fine now, but you know, I could feel that numb. Like when I touched it, it was just again that staticky numb feeling for a while after that happened. Nice. But I still made it to work about 30 minutes late, so I didn't get fired. Not bad at all.
This is some crazy cautionary tale stuff that's happening right now.
It really is. Don't mix your alcohols, kids.
Don't mix your alcohol. Pay your parking tickets.
One of those girls roofied Joe ass. That's what happened.
That's what I'm thinking, actually. And I'm glad you brought that up because these girls, again, platonic female friends, they were just taking me out because they knew it was my birthday a little while earlier, you know, a week or so before. And they were meeting up with 2 of their guy friends that I had no idea who the fuck they were. I'm pretty sure they were trying to get rid of me.
Oh. Could have just simply asked you to leave.
Right? I would have friendship. I mean, they were my ride. By the way. I didn't have any problem walking home later that night, so yeah. I was boring. I don't know what happened. Elbow, my shirt, it was nuts.
And they try to play dumb and say they don't know what happened to you. That's
what I'm thinking. Stuff. Because they unfriended me on Facebook. Not me to them. They unfriended me.
Jesus.
Plan at work. The final step.
Right?
Well, you probably embarrassed them. You was all drunk and shit.
I don't know, man. But I know one of those girls. I know one of those girls is like a hardcore Jesus freak now. So she must have had some changes happen to her that night too.
No, she probably was a whore for all of the years before she turned into a Jesus freak. That's all.
That is exactly what happened. This was a girl who would refer to smoking weed as Frosty Town on the regular. I don't even know what the fuck that means, but she had like this elaborate slang for smoking weed because she did it so much, you know? Now she's in her church choir. Now she's a born-again Christian. She's a virgin again. Like, I don't know what the fuck.
You don't get... Okay. All right, we're done. I'm a virgin again.
That's what they believe. I don't fucking know.
Oh my god. Okay, this is another cautionary tale. Don't take fables as literal things. Like, don't drink the fucking Kool-Aid. If Jim Jones is shaking your hand, just turn around, run the other way. There's rat poisoning in the Kool-Aid.
You ever meet a girl that says she's a virgin again? That means she got mad malice. You need to move on.
Oh, dude, yeah, she
is. That is.
This is why I had to specify that she was a platonic friend because there was no way I was hitting that. I knew the history.
I bet I can guess her ethnicity too.
Go ahead.
White. Come on, man.
Yeah, she was. She's Italian.
Of course. Come on.
Oh yeah.
Come on, man. I'm not saying that white people are all like this, but there is definitely a trend.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not slut-shaming whoever she wants, but at the end of the day, I still came out the loser on this.
I'm not even talking about like the slut shit. Like there's sluts come in all different shapes, sizes, colors, what have you. But I'm saying like, okay, I've been whoring around, and now I'm going to make a change. But the way in which I'm going to make that dramatic change is by turning to God.
Right.
And it's just like, okay, you're white. That's some white people shit.
Oh, not really.
Oh my goodness.
That shit too. Like, you know.
But not born again virgins though, Boog. Come on, man.
There's girls that do that, man. There's girls that get really, really. They go through their whore phase, and you know, and then they get scared and they get religious and shit.
Oh yeah, I did shows with this girl for a long time. You know, basically from when like the end of our high school till like a few years after, we did shows together. You know, like plays and musicals and stuff. So we were hanging out backstage. You know, after shows, cast parties, all that stuff. She was pretty heavy into the drug thing.
Drug thing.
Man, just do.
And I was never that big of a drinker either. But she was. She could drink me under.
Just do what I do, guys. It's like if you're gonna drink alcohol, drink it very responsibly. I don't even drink alcohol. Only thing I drink is wine. I don't smoke anything. I don't do any drugs. If you are going to partake in those things, though, do it moderately. Make sure that you are in a safe crowd. Make sure that you know these people. Make sure that you are protected. Make sure that you are in a safe space. Have fun, but always be aware of your surroundings.
Always.
Get good grades. Stay in school. Be a very... No, seriously. I mean...
Pray your prayers.
Directions going is the best thing in the world.
Be a very attentive listener. Be very active in the classroom. If your instructor is trying to spark a discussion about things, make sure to participate. read newspapers. Be aware of things. Don't be a dumbass, because if you are going to be a dumbass, then you're going to give yourself a reason to fall into that whole trap of, oh, I guess I need to be a born again virgin. Like, this is some retarded shit that no one should be going through. It's just called don't fuck up in life.
And remember, if you're trying to hook up with a girl, you got to use the following system: demonstrate value, engage physically, nurture dependence, neglect emotionally, inspire hope, separate entirely.
Separate entirely, man. You got to separate entirely. You don't stay there after you have gotten it. You leave in the night through the window while she's still asleep.
Never to be seen again.
System.
All right, we got one last question we want to take.
Sure. Yeah. Unless you want to get into your... No, you don't want to get into yours. Boog. I know we'd be here another whole fucking podcast episode.
Y'all don't want to hear about my life. I've been in jail more times than all of these guys combined. So
more than twice.
More than twice. Oh shit!
Definitely more than twice. But I got some crazy stories. I'll save that for another time.
D-Town says the Mac method is really good too. Move in after completion.
I was just typing.
And right after that, it's scraps. That doesn't stand for anything.
You find yourself a nice girl in high school and stick with her. That's what you do. All right? Especially if you plan on getting rich. You don't want any girls that come at you after you've already got the money. Stick with the girls that been with you and held you down when you was just a dirt bomb. That's what you do. All right?
Yep.
That's my advice.
I feel lucky. I'm past all that shit, you know? I got it out of my system rather early.
See,
I got friends who are still doing that shit. Scares me.
That's how we know that Pancho and Becca, they're going to last, because homeboy had to call her dad while he was in jail. That's love, fam.
That's fucking love, dude.
Yeah. I think that's the moment where I was all like, all right, either I love him now or I learn to love him.
No, at that point you were like, oh shit, well I can't break up with her now. I'm in it. This is the point of no return.
It's a trap.
Otherwise, I got to pay back that bail money.
That's I had to pay it back immediately. It was hilarious. Like I got out and we went back to her parents' place, and then her dad was like just super stern again. Super stern dad, and he goes, "Let me show you something." And I go, "All right." And then he goes,
"Dad Shane from Walking Dead."
No. He grabs this piece of paper. It's so like surreal to think about this moment, but he grabs this piece of paper and he grabs a pen and he draws a circle and he goes, "You see this? This is the inner circle." And I go, "Okay." And he draws this dot as far away from that circle on the piece of paper as he could. And he goes, "This is where you are now." And he goes, "You used to be in here, but now you're out here." And I go, "Oh, fuck."
He gave you a straight up meet the parents spiel.
It was crazy. Like, it's nuts. Like he's such like he's such the dad. Like, I can only describe him as dad, like DAD, all in caps.
The sitcom dad.
It was crazy.
All right. Any more questions we got here?
Preferably something figure related, so we don't have to keep talking about all of our personal shit.
Well,
I love hearing it.
Pancho, were you holding a Pikachu in your mugshot?
No.
Oh my god.
Yeah, my mugshot looked like I was straight melting. I just looked fucking sad in my mugshot.
I don't even remember mine, honestly. Like I said, I'm pretty sure they take the mugshot before the fingerprints, and I didn't come to till the fingerprints.
Yeah, they sure do.
All right, I guess on that note, we should end it. We got no more questions. Let's get out of here, Boog.
Yo, join the competition. Go to articulatedcomicbookart.com. Sign up for the A.C.B.A World Tournament. Like I said, first round post date January 8th. Once you pay for your entry fee, you will get all of the downloads that you need with all of the rules and descriptions and all of that stuff there. You're going to stick to the script as far as the themes on the calendars, but the calendars will change. So disregard the dates on those calendars that you get, but we'll be uploading the new calendars with the new dates by Tuesday the latest. And that's it. Follow me on Instagram if you want to follow my personal Instagram. It's Boog _A.C.B.A. but I would recommend follow the Articulated Comic Book Art podcast. Instagram, which is at Articulated Comic Book Art. We are rapidly approaching 25,000 followers, so that's great. Feeling good about that. We are at the forefront of displaying and toy photography, putting up only the best shit on the net. None of that watered down bullshit. The best.
Tell him.
Yeah! And
then we're gonna go to Washington.
Yes, I know. I gotta go downstairs and get a fucking pizza. I'll be back.
Okay. Well, they call me Colonel Crackers on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Reddit, and Steam. You can also listen to me on the Raw, Live, and Unedited Podcasting Network, which is a whole family of great shows you can find at rawliveandunedited.com. Or I think it's just rawliveunedited.com. We're actually going to be doing a Survivor Series is going on as we speak. So the Super Slam podcast crew are going to be getting back together on either Tuesday or Wednesday. We'll have a show up talking about Survivor Series. And that's about it for me. Rick, not Rick. John, why don't you go next?
You guys can follow me at Internet on Instagram and Twitter. It's ENDTERNET. You know what I post. In regards to people that were saying, like, hey, you should do display videos and stuff, it's difficult for me because I'm having to share a camera with my father and my mom. So probably this Christmas I'm going to just get the T3i, and then that's when you're going to see me actually like do things.
Try to get a bundle deal, dude. You can get for about the price of one of the new cameras, you can get the older camera, but with all these fucking goodies.
Yeah, I'm definitely about that. It's definitely something that I've been really wanting to do, but it's just like with work and grad school and stuff, it's a little difficult. But I am fully committed to it. Fully committed.
And Pancho.
Oh yeah. My online handle for everything is Pancheezy. It's spelled PANCHEEZEY. I am mostly on Instagram a lot, and through my Instagram, you'll find out what I'm doing on other platforms. I've been pretty heavily involved in A.C.B.A. tournament type of stuff, and more recently figuring out what this noise is going on.
I think Peppy's vacuuming or something.
But yeah, as of recently, I've just been very heavily involved in world tournament planning and all that stuff. So I haven't really been getting a chance to do a lot of YouTube stuff. But I'll hop back into YouTube pretty soon. I have a couple of things planned. I used to do weekly caps of Dragon Ball Super episodes, but I think I'm gonna nix that for something more valuable and more rewatchable than that. I mean, I'll probably end up reformatting a lot of that stuff into this series I started called This Stuff's Important, which just goes over themes and stuff about why certain themes are important in Dragon Ball. So that's probably what I'll do. And as always, I'm always working on the next episode. Opposing ain't easy. It's just a process.
All right, and with that said, we out of here. Peace.
Wait.
I fucking nailed that. Huh? Just like Boog.
Do we have to wait for Boog to end it? Okay, cool. Well, there you go. That's fine.
Well, we're officially in after-show territory.
All right, guys. Westworld time. So,
it's Westworld time.
Show,
it's Westworld.
The show is amazing.
Yeah.
And if you aren't watching it, I feel bad for you.
Did it come on already tonight or no?
I think it might be up already on the couch too. Let me give it the old college look here.
Yo, you know what I forgot to bring up? I should have brought this up last week, earlier, but we can save it for next week. Did you guys check that Kickstarter for those Western 6-inch figures?
I did. We talked about them on the Articulated Icons live stream actually, because they had some really good package deals for like their bucks and all that stuff.
Yeah, they got funded too, which is incredible.
Yeah, I would have hopped in on it, but honestly, I can't get into the 3 3/4 inch at this point.
Is it 3 3/4? I could have sworn it was 6-inch.
No, it's 3 3/4 inch.
Oh, okay, then fuck that. I'm sorry.
But they do look really nice, and it's exactly what I was thinking of was fucking Westworld when I saw those.
Yeah, I can only imagine that Westworld, helped it a little bit. Like it's inevitable. I feel like those look really cool. Maybe it was there. Shit, I could have sworn I saw something about them being such. Let's see. But yeah, Westworld is nuts. No, I found out about it when it was funded, and I was like, shit.
No, they had a lot of good stuff. All these different like archetype characters, but then they had just their bucks that you can like build your own character. And at like the super crazy high donation levels, they could even like 3D scan your face and make you a figure.
Oh, whoa, no way.
Yeah, but this is like in the thousands of dollars territory,
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now, 1/18 scale. Yeah, I can't fuck with that. That's nuts. It's called, for anybody that wants to check it out, it's called Dime Novel Legends. Confusing name because I thought they were. Yeah, I thought they were. By Chicken Fried Toys. With the name Dime Novel Legends, you would think that they're legend scale, but I guess not. So
very misleading.
Super misleading.
Well, Westworld's not up yet, but Walking Dead is up as of 2 minutes ago. So I think Westworld's got another hour before we'll see that.
That's nuts. I can't believe how invested in Westworld I am.
I'm so happy you're watching it. My girlfriend is so not into it. It makes me so sad.
Oh, that's wild.
She's just like, it's too I don't like to think for my TV shows. And I'm like, what?
Wow.
She doesn't watch it, so it's like hard for her to like, really dig into it. It's not like that. It's not like that, I promise. But it just doesn't like grab onto those little like intricacies. Like, when she fucking when Dolores swats a fly on her neck at the end of episode 1. I'm like, oh shit, they're killing living beings now. But she's just like, what the fuck? It's a fly. Who cares? It's that.
Doesn't look like anything to me, apparently.
Right.
Maybe you can get it checked out.
Doesn't look like anything to me. Exactly. Don't know it doesn't look like anything to me.
You know what? Ever since last week's episode, it has inspired me to go back and rewatch scenes with him and look for different inconsistencies in his acting.
First episode is all that you need to watch with that first episode because that confirms the other theory, not the one
really?
that got this.
Yeah, the alternate timelines theory.
Dude, we can't talk about it. We can't talk about it.
I know. All people know is that there's alternate timelines. That's it.
Okay, but yes, that one. Yeah.
It's
the hairstyle. The hairstyle specifically. When we're off air, I will tell you what I am thinking.
There's hairstyles. There's also the fucking the room that they're in.
Yes. Yes.
There's the picture that he looks at of young Ford and Arnold.
I'm telling you, it's not that. Okay.
I have a theory about that myself, and I think I'm on the same page as you, John.
Because remember when he said specifically last episode that the host can't see that which would hurt them.
Yeah. And
remember when I forgot the director lady's name, but she was like, Bernard, what's this door? And he was like, what door?
Yes.
Remember? Exactly. Okay, but remember the photo and that huge that huge gaping space in between that old person that we ended up figuring out was a host, and
it was modeled after his dad.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I won't say anything, but that gaping space and the fact that that character can't see it, what that means.
Because it's viewed from his perspective.
Exactly, and that means that character is probably the other guy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It really is the best show on television, and there's the benefit of it just having started. The season's almost over at this point, but
yeah, I was pretty bummed.
Not a lot to ask of people to catch up on one season of this show because you watch maybe episode 1 will grab you just for the premise, but you watch episode 2 and it grabs you for the characters, and then you're strapped in. You're going up that roller coaster.
Yeah, I think by episode 3, it's when it gets to the point where the inconsistencies, you're like, that doesn't make sense. And then by the end of episode 3, you're all like, oh shit, that's why it doesn't make sense. And then now you're interested in the entire show. What hasn't been making sense up until this point? Shit, I gotta watch episode 4. So it's nuts. It's so interesting because I came into it in a very interesting time because I came into it where the first 3 episodes were out. So
that's exactly when I came into it. Yeah,
nice. Yeah, I watched the first 3 episodes. I watched the first one and I was like, "This is interesting." And then I was all like, "Okay." Then I turned to my girl and my friend and I was like, "Do you guys want to watch the second one?" We're like, "I don't care. We have nothing to do." So we watched the second one and we were all like, "Oh shit!" Immediately start the third one. And then by the time we figured out the third one was the last one we had, we were all like, "Oh shit!"
We're in. We're hooked.
Exactly, man.
Yeah.
By the way, I forgot to bring this up before we closed out, or I guess we're still fucking going. But this is the Wolverine head that I showed a picture of. This is done by Miko Swabe.
Miko Swabe.
Right. That's MIKOSWABE.
Why does Dallas have 10 heads?
I don't know. All right, Boog, sign us out. We want to watch Westworld.
All right, so we're getting up out of here until next week. I guess we'll have a little nice. You know what? Next weekend, you can't come on the podcast unless you're drinking the whole entire time.
All right, I'll bring myself a nice IPA.
I will drink iced tea.
Let's all drink together.
Long Island iced teas, hell yeah.
And celebrate.
Oh my God.
Celebrate the real Native Americans. And so next weekend, everybody should be doing the family thing, the festive thing, I guess on Thursday. And then hopefully we'll still be able to come here on Sunday and talk and have a good time. And that'll be that. So until next week, peace.
Peace.
Peace out.